Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Listen here, this is a fact of life. I be rapping like Nat Turner came back to life. Grab Donald Trump by the pussy, he ain't acting right. I never run from a conflict, I be glad to fight. It's a very cold world that we living in. Somebody please tell Elizabeth you're not an Indian. You just trying to con them people to get the benefit. Just another immigrant, stealing from the Indians. That's some punk ass shit and that's too lame. Now we finna step over to Andrew Yang. And you a sucker, you could never speak for black folks. Fake ass paramedics, trying to get the black vote. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You know your boy be high off sativa. Kamala wasn't popping, so we said bye Felicia. She ain't had a right policy. We ain't trying to meet her. Y'all can take Biden too. Bye, we don't need him. We don't need Roland Martin or that coon Al Sharpton. Didn't need Cory Booker from the start, man. I don't fuck with police and no snitch. You know I'm coming with the heat when I spit it. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. If you ever go to court and this is your luck, try not to get fucked by Benjamin Crump. I know it's hard. You and go is hard. But who the fuck is Amy Cloak? Put her picture up on the bullseye and start throwing darts. People cut our organs out our bodies, that's a stolen heart. They can't save us from the flood like Noah's Ark. Black lives always matter, we finna go for ours. So then we savages, we don't need to pot the piss. Mike Bloomberg can suck dick with that stop and frisk, bitch. You ain't speaking for us, we don't know you. Bernie Sanders, they get your funky ass on too. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me.
I'm talking about shout it going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it's nothing. Nothing. Got a woman on the bed. Man made the car. Carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7 million. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. Man make them happy because man make them dark. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world.
I'm talking about shout it going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it's nothing. Nothing. Got a woman on the bed. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But
I'm talking about shouting going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it's nothing. Nothing. About a woman on the day. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water. Like the seven no meter. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But
sorry about that. Greetings. Greetings, Black family. Greetings. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Frontline Black News. I'm your host, Che and Crewman. And we should be joined here shortly with our other host, Lady Che, and our West Coast correspondent, Shabaka San Corey, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, which I am the co-executive producer and co-host of. And on this season 4, episode 24, part 3 of the Frontline Black News, we will be discussing the topics we were not able to get to in part 1 and part 2. And those topics are: Joellis Reid says she does not understand Black Americans. I wonder why, Joellis Reid. After all, you are a tether from the Congo, otherwise known as Zaire. Then we got what happens if Black society doesn't support Harris or the dump. Well, what happens, Black family, is what we've been calling for the past 5 years, is a collapse of the two-party system. Oh, Lord, Jermaine. Greetings, Jermaine. Okay, well, we got a lot of topics, man. I really don't think we got time for that, but if you can make it quick, brother, I'll drop the link so you can hop up here and give us an update on what's happening out there. Yeah, R.I.P. to Tito Jackson. Yes, he just passed away. That's right. I forgot to put that in the description. Yeah, we lost Tito Jackson yesterday. It's my understanding he died in a car crash. But I'm getting sidetracked. I gotta finish the itinerary for the night. So then we got what is it? Kamala Harris. Sorry, this damn screen is acting up on me on my damn phone. All right. Then we got VP Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris can't answer a simple question on the difference between her and President Sleepy Jim Crow Biden. Then we got California Sheriff exposes VP Kamala Harris over illegal immigrant crisis at U.S. House hearing. Then Elon Musk, otherwise known as the Musty Man, cries over the lack of attempts to assassinate Harris Biden. Then one of the paramedics involved in the death of Elijah McClain gets released from a 5-year prison sentence. Where is the outrage? Oh, yeah, he had a heart attack while he was driving. That's how I heard it. Jermaine. Then we got millions of Americans struggling to keep up with bills. Major financial crisis unfolding. Then Black Chicago citizens beg for housing while migrants move in. And then we got our Unhoused neighbor news and illegal migrant news and Unhoused neighbor sweeps and Unhoused illegal sweeps. So greetings. So I'm gonna drop the link, Jermaine, if you want to come up real quick and just give us a quick update on what's happening in Swedenport, because we got a lot of topics that you just heard. So here's the link. If you come up, just make it quick. All right, so we're waiting on Jermaine to get up here. I'm gonna put this clip up. Joy Reid told us we don't understand Black Americans. So one of these cues, that's what the cues, that's ridiculous. So, no more windows open, that's hard to keep up. That's not it. What is this Tim Black? Where is it? Okay, here it is.
To do things, Ellie, that one would think are career-ending. The way he desecrated Arlington National Cemetery would be career-ending for a normal politician. His constant lies. But even this piece about saying, well, my building was the tallest until, they brought down the World Trade Center. Now it's the second tallest. I mean, everything he does is despicable. The reason why it doesn't end his career is because his supporters are just as despicable. All right. Like Trump's whole thing, he's a narcissist, right? And so his whole thing is to have a complete lack of compassion and empathy for everybody else. It's all about him. That's why he lies about 9/11.
And you hear him? He said all the Trump voters are despicable. What are Kamala Harris voters?
Despicable.
What are they, Ellie?
Trash.
No, sir, it's a good question. I wish you could answer it. Contrary to popular opinion, anything that's really pro-Black, like really supporting Black Americans, that needs to be done, that we will bring up, people like Ellie would shoot it down. Now's not the time. That's because Ellie's doing well. It's got lots of money and lots of fancy friends. But that's who he is. He's a guy that can dish it but can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying, man, about the diminishing returns on this type of gaslighting about the Trump supporters. You don't do anything but create more Trump supporters. I get it. Ellie Mister was not running for president. He's just a lawyer who went, he quit being a lawyer so he could be a media provocateur. And that's what they call Democratic operatives, media provocateurs. But they run around and they just jump on every cause, every issue, and try to get some limelight. And they're part of the DNC, Democratic Party, media industrial complex that frequents all these platforms, and they kind of rotate. And as long as you're in the in crowd, you get to get in there and be loud. And you get to be able to point at people that are not in the in crowd and shame them, particularly voters. And notice, guys, if VP Harris doesn't win, none of them will remember this.
Donald Trump says he connects with Black voters, now especially because of his felony conviction.
He got indicted a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the Black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against.
He also says that he's not a racist because he has a lot of Black friends. Yeah. Your thoughts?
Well, on the first point, as connected to the second point, it's insulting. Yeah. It's insulting for a number of reasons, including he has reduced a whole population of people down to a sum total of what is in his mind who they are. And he's wrong. And he's wrong.
None of them will remember how rude they were, how off-putting they were, how disgusting they were, how elitist they were. Yeah, it's no mistake that when you look at the Biden supporters and the Kamala supporters as far as, income, as far as wealth, it's a big difference between them and the average, like Trump supporters. It's basically a civil war.
I think that people have to just level set a little bit, relax a little bit, stop hyperventilating. Donald Trump is not going to get 20% of the Black vote. He's simply not. Black voters traditionally, as we go throughout this process, as you get to Labor Day, et cetera, a lot of Black voters do come home to the Democratic Party.
It's the haves and the have-nots, right? Because the Trump supporters need things to change. And, the Kamala Harris supporters, not so much. They can vote for somebody who's going to bring no change at all because things are going pretty good. And when life is going pretty good, you're content with just seeing something look better. It'd be really nice. It'd be really nice if we put some nice pictures up here. Let's go shopping for art. That's how you talk when you got money. But when your ribs is touching and the bills they added up, you ain't thinking about no damn art.
Nope.
You're thinking about, hey, how am I get to work next week? And that's the difference. And it's not just the way they treat Republican voters or the way they treat MAGA supporters or Donald Trump voters. It's also the way they treat Black folks, particularly Black men. Oh man, Black men get treated awful by the Democrats. Mm-hmm. We're seen as the weakest link.
Don't tell me that somebody's Latin or Asian. I think that shouldn't be the predicate anyway. But if you are accusing her marital choices, you better make sure yours are in line with the accusations you make.
Nah,
we are not the same. If these are, she ain't Black enough. I tell you what, she's a Black woman. She went to Oakland. She's from Oakland. She went to an HBCU. She's an AKA. She had a boyfriend named Willie. And she got a name, first name that's hard for everybody to pronounce. It sounds different than it's spelled. That's Black enough for me. But what I do know for sure is that she can win if we decide it is so. And if that is not your goal, we are not the same. Your we and my we are not the same.
We want the weakest link when they use our likenesses and our deaths to raise money for their organizations, their private organizations. No, but we're the weakest link when we say, hey, we want something from this party that our parents and our grandparents, because it looks like about 60 years,
Jill Stein,
we voted for this party exclusively almost as a block for about 60, 70 years. And we're saying, like, what are we getting for it?
The left before we walked in here was about justice, diversity, trigger warnings, reparations for the past. and a bunch of party poopers and scolds. That was the knock on the left.
Yeah,
We have gone from talking about justice, which is wonderful, but now it's about freedom. It's not just about diversity, it's about patriotism. It's not just about trigger warnings. In fact, that's gone. It's tough, tough, tough. Reparations for the past? No. Fight for the future. Party poopers? No. We legalize fun. We legalize fun.
These people are happy as long as we got some black faces in high places. Black faces, high places, and that's mainly because it's their faces. Get what I'm saying? But that ain't enough for the average working type black folks.
Over, as the district attorney, because them over as
that doesn't change our lives at all. It changes their lives. And they're fine with that because it's their lives doing the changing. So when we say we want change, we get people like Roland Martin coming out telling us we don't understand civics. Speaking of that, when Representative Crockett and when Roland Martin are telling you that we don't understand civics, we don't get it, that a president can only work through Congress. I put out a little ebook about this because I'm tired of the continuous gaslighting about what presidents can do. Obama got a lot done without Congress. In fact, my ebook, How Presidents Can Impact the Country Without Help from Congress, that's available free. It's free. Right now on my website, presidentialimpact.com. And if it's not that, it's be like Joy Reid. We'll say, hey, you're black. And Kamala's not black.
Black people, no.
So you got to vote for her because, come on, y'all. That's what it is.
And she's not even black.
And I'm like, yo, you black too, but you're not black American. So stop telling me that because Kamala's a black person, that means something.
I'm struggling to understand.
Both the House and the Senate.
What is the attraction of Donald Trump to black people?
Hell with all Sambo.
Now, I know that, for instance, the black women, I'm not with her people, those, for the most part, are existing Republicans. They were already Republicans. These are not like people who were converted by something Trump did that, made them into, no, they were already Republicans. Just like the lady in the Chick-fil-A was a Republican. She's already there, the one who hugged Trump. And so their purpose was always going to be to support Trump. So it's not that. What is the attraction of Donald Trump to just a regular, ordinary black person that's not already a paid Republican operative?
I'm going to answer that question with a question. What is the attraction to the Democratic Party for someone who's not a paid operative of the Democratic Party who is not Congolese American or whatever that is that you are?
Right.
I mean, since we're asking questions, maybe we could come to an understanding about each other. Because see, I don't support either one of these parties.
Right.
I don't push people into the Republican Party, but unlike you, I don't push people into the Democratic Party. And I hold the Democratic Party accountable because over 90% of black people vote for them every election. You have no solutions other than to stay quiet and stay on a plantation. Meanwhile, you are multi-millionaire. Talking to people that barely can put the gas in the car or people that can barely take a vacation to Disney World, that's their dream. Something you wouldn't do unless you had a gun to your foot. Unless somebody had your greens and about to throw them out. You're like, okay, I'll go. Don't throw my greens out because I've been cooking them in my tub for 2 nights.
Gross.
Or washing them in her tub. Right along with the butt cheese. Right? See, this is what I'm talking about, folks. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who are the 1% of America talking to people who work for a living and saying, I don't understand why you need time off. I don't understand why someone's saying no tax on tips might be interesting. He said he grabs women, models. He touches them and they let him because that's what models do. You should vote for someone who does that. Someone who got a bunch of charges and would have never got him if he wasn't president. Oh, no. And all they keep saying is, why you voting for him? And I'm not voting for him. I'm trying to hold whoever we vote for to a higher standard so I get something back for my people. It doesn't seem like you care about that, Joy, because maybe Black American people ain't your people. And maybe broke Americans or middle class or below middle class Americans aren't the people that you relate to, because that's not who you are. Maybe once upon a time, you didn't have as much money as you have now. But you were never single family shopping in thrift stores, homeless, were you? You were never in jail coming off of a bed like a lot of brothers are you? Or whose fathers are that way, are you? See, I hear a lot of these stories from people like Joy Reid, and they can't relate to the plight of what's going on with Black Americans in the year 2024. No, they're trying to learn. What they are trying to do is go to all the fancy parties with all the highfalutin Democrats, all the highfalutin Democratic operatives who are Black faces in the highest of places. I'm a friend of Kamala. Me and Kamala are pals. I talk to her several times. I talk to her all the time. We basically cousins. We basically best friends. I hear this time and time again from these Black commentators on MSNBC especially, but also CNN. And these entertainers who are big-time buddies and friends with Kamala. And that's all they really care about. They don't care about the struggling. They don't care about the working or the hurting class. Shout out to Reset Race. But I digress. The problem that we have here is a failure to communicate. And maybe, just maybe, if you don't get your girl Kamala in the office, y'all gonna have to do some, self-reflection for a change and say, hey, them Black people woke up. Mm-hmm. Now what we gonna do?
Exactly.
What we gonna do? Because I want to keep my money train running. What we gonna do now? And maybe the Black community gonna stop voting at 90%, 90 to 95% for one party. And then when we say, hey, what you got for us? They say, pull your pants up, Pookie. I'm not the president of Black America. I'm the president of America. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that only helps Black people.
No.
Hey, when people ask me, I'm not even going to say I'm a Black American and I stand on it. I'm going to say,
is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn Black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
I'm above these discussions. I'm colorblind. I don't even know what tie that you got on. What color is your tie? I can't see it. I'm colorblind.
For the ski.
I digress. They're trying to get Black people to shut up and get in line, put their friend in office so they get jobs, so that they collect money, so that they can enroll in his case, so he can charge the DNC and events. He can maybe host some events. He's going to be close to the most powerful person, arguably, in the world. And that's a huge incentive to want to see that person become president. And part of doing that is tapping down on the expectations that we have for Joe Biden and for the current administration. They don't even want us to think about the fact that Kamala is a part of the current administration, but Kamala doesn't want to separate herself from it. So when Black men like myself and Black women too, who criticize the current condition that's going on right now, they defend it. Throw our children 40% of the poverty, beneath the poverty rate, with 40% of the homeless rate, with 50% of homeless families. We only get 7% of the SBA loans, and that's up from 2.5%, which is lower than Hispanics and, of course, white Americans. In fact, Hispanic Americans almost double us when it comes to SBA loans. But see, these are all inconvenient truths and realities that people don't want to talk about. So when I talk about them, that's considered bad. That's not good. That's not the good trouble that John Lewis was talking about. See, when Black people complain about Black people in power, Now we're talking about bad trouble, because it's bad trouble when you make trouble for people that resemble you in some way. We at that time, guys, and we don't have time for the nonsense. We way overdue. We way overdue to raise our fists. The time for us to be civil, to be calm, to be nice about it, it's over. Now we got to be able to call these people out in real time. Now we got to address the issue. Hillary Clinton called the Republicans that voted for Donald Trump deplorables.
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right?
Idle.
The racist,
Margaret
sexist,
Sanger,
homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are people like that.
Ellie, Mister, what he called him? He called him something else even worse. Degenerates, horribles.
Yeah. Everything he does is despicable.
The reason why it doesn't end his career is because his supporters are just as despicable.
Horrible people that will put up with a horrible president. As if Joe Biden was so great.
Right.
As if Obama was so great.
Right.
Obama was a struggle pie.
Yeah.
When other groups bit into it, not as much. It's a little sweeter when they bit into it, wasn't it? So yeah, I'll be your deplorable, your degenerate, your outcast, your bad trouble, your weakest link. Oh, if that's what it is, that's what you want to call me, fine. Just don't call me a sheep. Right. Don't call me somebody who's going to lay down for this nonsense. And don't call me someone who's going to give in. I told y'all, I'm a troublemaker.
Right.
I'm a fight backer. I fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Hit like on this video, and I'll see you at the next show.
Yeah, do the same for Frontline Black News. So yeah, Jarvis Reid, you don't understand us because you're not of our lineage. That's why you don't understand us, and we're not no longer on that Democratic plantation. You know, you bootlicks, all you shills, you need to come to grips with that. We're no longer voting blue, no matter who. And there's over, son. That's my thoughts on it. So moving along, speaking on this topic, what happens if Black society doesn't support Harris or Trump, aka the dump, as in human shit? And we want to make that perfectly clear. What happens is what we've been calling for the past 4-5 years, and that is a collapse of the two-party system. Let's see if we can put the video for Professor TBA. Sorry, I got like 1,000 windows open. It's hard to keep up with everything. Here it is. Hold on. Find this real quick. So this stuff got real hilarious, y'all. Like TBA opened up the phone lines yesterday, and this mammy got up there defending Kamala Harris. Couldn't explain why she was defending Kamala Harris, but just kept saying this in Jesus' hands. So let me see if I can play it out.
Per se, I'm talking about to the nation. It's to the nation.
Ma'am, I need to know what evil did he do to affect you?
And what we see is what this woman is saying. We see a lot from the older generation, like the baby boomers, especially. Some of the silent generation is still around, and some of the old school Gen Xers. But the baby Gen Xers, the OG millennials, the millennials in general and the Gen Z ain't going for this shit.
Everything's going on out there. So, Jason, you got it wrong. I was really sparking for some student loan debt relief and some getting my medication for the gout and my rheumatoid arthritis. I want to know who in the world you was really tweaking all this time for that. Okay, Michael, you need to give me a call up on Zoom, Michael. Michael, give me a call on Zoom. He says that he's been waiting to hear about that. Okay, Michael needs to give me a call on Zoom. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead and give me dismissing everything. That's the issue for you. Everything else is out there. Well, Jason, it's too long debt. I know it's hard though, Jason. You be calling me. Okay. Here on Zoom. Not really sure who Abel is, but Abel, I need you to go on for me. All right, Abel.
Certainly, Jason Black. I just want to personally say, in regards to your AAM film, I hope that it's basically it'll come to Minneapolis, so we can definitely watch it down there too, because I would definitely heavily support it. As far as tonight's broadcast, as far as I'm concerned, when I was watching the debate on Tuesday, it was just like what ringed into my mind was that you said before that Trump is capable of basically ruining himself out of victory, and the way that he performed in that debate that night, to me, he basically screwed himself in the eyes of the jaws of victory, because he went out there and just went full MAGA mode, and all he had to do was basically issues of inflation, the economy, and then unemployment. All he had to do was basically address those issues and keep banging the drum on it. He would have had his election won right then and there. But basically, what I'm saying is that, and again, I want to make sure to the people that I am no supporter of Kamala Harris either. But basically, Trump is literally screwing himself out of victory. And when the election's all said and done, he loses 20 votes at best. It's not
I disagree with that part.
Okay.
I think if he loses by similar margins to 2020 or worse.
Right. Okay.
Because here's the real thing. He's had all this time to build on top of what he had before. And once you start squandering it, yeah, folks are not eager to vote Democrat, but you can make them equally as enthusiastic about voting for you too. And well, if they don't vote for Kamala, they have to vote for me. That's where you're messing up at. If you think that Robert Kennedy is going to bring all the votes for you, you're wrong. That's what Trump is thinking. You can't look for other folks to win this for you. If Trump loses, it will be because he did not make a compelling enough case for himself, even when he had the election won. He just couldn't stay focused. He couldn't stay disciplined. He got to keep wandering. Once he started winning, he starts getting arrogant and narcissistic, as opposed to, dude, you're winning. Just stay the course. No crazy stuff. Just stay on message. The message keeps. It's like a schizophrenic. Every time you talk, Biden is senile and Trump is schizophrenic. Every time you talk to him, it's a different conversation. And he forgets everything you told him not to say yesterday. He just throws it out the window and he's back to doing it again. And, he kind of reminds me of some janky ass hood rat. You tell them don't do this or don't do that, and then they come back the next day and do it. I guess just to show you that they're going to do whatever they want to do. Vince McMahon said something like that. And by the way, that's rather ominous to compare to Vince McMahon, but it's very reminiscent. Vince said he would rather fail doing it his way than succeed doing it somebody else's. Now, in reality, that's not 100% true, because when WCW was at its best, he started imitating them. So he didn't truly believe that, but as a statement of principle, yeah. Guys like Trump, you tell them what they can't do, and then, hey, we need to put some holds on you. They're going to come back and try to show you they ain't going to do what you say. Just, I'm Trump. I ain't got to do that. I'd rather fail doing it my way than succeed doing it yours. The problem for Trump is that for him, failing could come with a prison sentence. Now, there's the issue for him. So I'm like, hey, brother, let me tell you something now. I'm too old to be saving people from being self-destructive. If you cannot keep your own mouth shut to keep your own ass out of jail, hey, bro, enjoy this little prison stint. That's all I can tell you. You'll be the richest man behind bars. I'll let you have the last word.
Yep, pretty much. You nailed it right on the head. So, but the only thing I got to say is that it's pure entertainment for me, because we pretty much know both of these candidates are not for Black empowerment at all. So at the end of the day, the thing about what we have to understand here is that we have to continue to voice the message that it's either intangibles or no vote. That is what it is. And if both of these parties are not going to, address those issues, then they can just pretty much die on their own sword.
Well, here's my thing, dude. If they come talk to us, I want you to come talk to me the same way you do the ADL, the same way you do the APAC, the same way you do the Asian Pacific Islanders, the same way you do to the LGBT folk when you show up there. I want you to come talk to me the same way you talk to them. And I just couldn't help but notice when you come talk to us, you sound a hell of a whole lot different than when you talk to them. You talk to them and tell them what you're going to do, how much money you're going to spend, what you're going to give. You come to me and start talking about good times and vibrations. Now, there's where the issue comes in. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me go ahead and see if I can get Muriel up here on Zoom.
Yeah,
go ahead and see if we can get Muriel on Zoom. All right, Muriel, I don't see you there. Okay, now I see you. Okay. Hi, Muriel, you mind?
Well, I just wanted to say that I'm not a voter, number one. But I despise Trump for all the many things that he's gotten away with and hadn't had to pay the price. And with Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, I feel like either would do anything for the Black population. That's just how it is. But I don't like the fact that I feel like so many Black YouTubers are pushing Trump more to win and downing more of Kamala Harris. I'd rather take the crumbs from the table than to go straight to the cage with Donald Trump. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, Muriel, let me find out something here. How old are you?
70.
Okay, 70 years old.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Muriel, have you ever been married?
Yes.
Okay, are you still married now?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any children?
Yes.
Any grandchildren?
Yes.
Okay, did you work?
Yes.
How long did you work?
All my life, until I retired.
There you go. Did you work for the state?
No, I did not.
You worked for a corporate employer? Like a hospital or something?
No, just a corporate business.
Okay, but you had to work for them until you retired?
Yes.
And you're getting your pension now?
Yes.
Okay, are you happy with it?
Not really.
Okay.
Thank God I saved.
Well, very good. I mean, it's very good. And plus you're married and everything, so that's all important as well. So it's important to have those things. Muriel, here's the issue that folks are going to have with what you said. You said something that is very, very telling. You literally said that you would be happier and more pleased getting the crumbs from the table. Can you explain one thing to me that I don't understand? How is it the woman lives to be 70 years old and is gleefully bragging that she would happily eat crumbs?
No, what I'm saying is I don't trust either.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I get that. Yeah, but I'm repeating your words. I'm repeating your words, though. That's important. I'm repeating your words. We have to keep in context.
Yes,
You said, quote, I would rather eat the crumbs than to do the other. And I'm just curious, how does a 70-year-old woman get to a point where she brags that she's in defense of something, that she would eat crumbs?
Not bragging. You misunderstood.
No, I did not, ma'am. You misunderstood.
Yes, you did.
Why would you even say that you would be okay eating crumbs for any reason?
Number one, I said I'm not voting for either because I know
I didn't say you did
anything for the black population.
And then you said but.
Well, let me say this: if I were voting, I would have a preference with Kamala Harris.
There you go.
Because Trump offers nothing.
Okay, tell me, you said all the stuff that Trump got away with. What did Trump do to you that he got away with?
Lying, deception.
Okay, what did he? How did he lie? How did he lie on you?
I didn't say me.
Okay, but you said that you're okay, ma'am. That's what I asked you, ma'am. Listen, ma'am. You said that you were not supporting Trump because you feel like he's gotten away with so much stuff for so long. And what ma'am. Answer. What did Trump do evil to Muriel?
Listen. Are you
okay, Muriel? Third time, ma'am. I'm respectfully, Muriel, ma'am. I'm respectfully asking, ma'am. I'm respectfully asking the question, ma'am. Ma'am. I'm respectfully asking the question here. You can't dodge the question. What did Trump? If you're gonna call Trump evil, tell me what evil did Trump do to Muriel?
Yeah, he did.
It doesn't have to be with me per se. I'm talking about the nation. It's to the nation.
Ma'am, I need to know what evil did he do to what evil did he do that affected you? And what evil did he do that affected you?
We're living.
Ma'am, tell me the evil thing that he did that affected Muriel.
They can't.
And all on the black and brown people for racist concepts, that's harm to me as a black person.
The black and brown people.
Yes, he's always criticizing and going after the black and brown people. All those Chinese people that cross the border.
I didn't even know he put her up on the screen.
Ma'am, he said plenty about the Chinese.
Excuse me.
He said plenty about the Chinese, ma'am. Have you been under a rock for the last 8 years? He said plenty about the Chinese.
I'm talking about recent
Yes, ma'am. Recently,
men that crossed the border.
Yes, ma'am. Recently,
nothing to say about them.
Yes, ma'am. They recently just had a Senate hearing about 34,000 Chinese nationals who came across the border illegally. Your friend Kamala Harris's Department of Homeland Security Director Mayorkas explaining the way and defending it. So yeah, they've been talking about it recently.
Well, that's them. I'm talking about me personally, how I feel.
Okay, so why did you have a problem with the Chinese?
I don't have a problem with the Chinese
you just
coming
said
in.
That.
I don't have a problem with no, I did not. I said Trump has a problem with black and brown people, but not the Chinese, not the Afghanistans that he flew in. He personally flew in.
Okay, thank you. That Joe Biden flew them in. Why are you not upset with Joe? Why are you not upset with Joe Biden? He's the person you're talking about. Joe Biden is the one who did all that. Why are you not upset about? Wait a minute, Kamala Harris. No, Kamala Harris is the one who's brought in those Chinese folk and the Afghans and the Ukrainians you're talking about.
The bill. And Trump killed the bill to make it better.
Ma'am, Kamala Harris is the one bringing them in. Why are you not upset with her?
Anything criminal, and he has.
So the stuff you just named was not criminal?
Like what did I name that was not criminal? With
knocking down the border wall and letting in 20 million illegal aliens is not criminal?
The border is open. We welcome migrants according to the United States of America. We're supposed to. This is a melting pot.
Show me the.
They come here,
ma'am. Show me the part of the Constitution that says we let in illegal aliens.
What do you call illegal aliens, sir?
Ma'am, if you did not get permission before you crossed
what do you call
if you did, ma'am, be quiet. If you did not get permission to come here before you crossed the border, you are here illegally. Just like if somebody enters your house without permission before they walk in, they're a trespasser.
No, sir. You're escaping on that. You're escaping on that. Many people have come here uninvited.
Ma'am, that's illegally. They do not have permission to cross that border, just like I don't have permission to just walk off in your house. You have to invite me in.
Once they come here, they get it. They seek asylum.
Ma'am, but you're here illegal. No, you're supposed to apply for asylum before you get here.
Tell me,
ma'am, you don't know the laws.
Come to the United States.
Ma'am, you don't even know the laws.
Before they came?
Ma'am,
are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. You're supposed to apply for asylum before you get here, ma'am. You don't even know the basic laws, Muriel. You don't even know the basic laws.
I'm not talking about the law, what was broken and not broken. I'm talking about the fact that they've come here
illegally.
They haven't been invited with asylum.
And they're here. You're not supposed to come to somebody's country illegally, Muriel. What part of that do you not understand?
Right. I understand that very well, sir. What I'm trying to tell you is only the black and brown people that they have a problem with.
Okay, Muriel, where are your folk from originally?
Does that matter?
Oh, absolutely, it does.
South Carolina.
No, ma'am, you're lying. What part of the Caribbean are they from originally?
Are you going to tell me that I'm lying when I'm telling you the truth?
What part of the Caribbean are they from originally?
I have no idea.
There you go.
There you go. What? That has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about today and the.
Ma'am, you're literally sitting up here. You said that Trump is wrong for being a criminal, and you're literally sitting up here arguing for criminality out the other side of your mouth. That's only irrational unless you're a person with a criminal agenda.
You are talking just plain rhetoric that has no definition.
You literally said that you're in favor of illegal aliens.
No. I'm sorry.
You're literally sitting up here. You're literally sitting up here supporting illegal aliens. Literally.
I'm telling you what's happening with the facts, whether they're legal or illegal.
Why would you support illegal aliens?
I'm telling you that many migrants have come here uninvited. And they're
committing crimes. They're stealing things. They're sucking up resources. They're supposed to belong to us.
Well, of course they are. Of course they are. Not just the black and brown. All of them are. Even the ones in the United States are committing crimes.
What part of New York are your people originally from?
New York? I never said anything about New York.
No. She's too hard about this black and brown thing. She's stomping a little too hard.
No, because I know who I am. And
so you're brown? So you're brown.
Talk the way you're talking, sir.
So you're brown. So you're brown is what you're saying.
Of course I am.
Oh, good. Tell us about the brown part.
I am a so-called Black American. So-called.
Okay, what about the brown part, man? That's black. What about the brown?
You got your Hispanics. You got your Indians.
Oh, well, we're talking about you. What part of you is brown?
All of me.
So you have Hispanic lineage?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay, if you need some more meds, you might want to get some psych meds, ma'am. You just said you were black and brown.
You can insult all you want to. You are incorrect in your rhetoric, and that's all I have to say.
You just said you were black and brown.
I'm not going to tolerate you. I'm not going to tolerate you.
Folks, all I can say is check out them edges.
When you're trying to be insulting, and let me tell you something else. You can't change my character.
Ma'am, I can't change what you don't. We can't change what you don't have. I mean, it's just I would never try to change what you don't have.
Character. You don't. I have plenty of character.
I want you to tell me about the brown folk who are sticking up for you. Who are the brown people who stand up for you?
The biblical, the Bible, Jesus Christ stands up for me. The Most High stands up for me.
No, I said the brown people. You talking about black and brown people. Who are the brown people who are standing up for you today?
I just told you. Did you not hear it?
Call one of them. Show me one of these brown people who's standing up for you today.
I can't show you one because I can't show you a picture of them.
Okay, then that's your first clue that you're out of options. That's your first clue that you've run out of an argument.
You know what? You have no options of insulting anybody.
That wasn't an insult. I just asked you to show me the brown people, and you just admitted I don't know none.
Do you want me to answer the question that you asked me? Who's standing up for me today?
Is your husband white?
Do you want me to answer? Do you want me to answer that question?
Is your husband white?
You so silly.
Yeah, is your husband white?
You silly. I just told you my people are brown.
I said your husband. I said your husband, silly. Your husband.
I just told you. No.
Where is he? I don't believe you.
No. So stop trying to belittle me.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I want to tell you. I'm going to tell you who's standing up for me today. You asked me a question.
I said the brown people. Show me the brown people. No, the brown people.
I don't have any pictures to show you, but I can tell you who's standing up for me
I know Nurse Ratchet is standing up for you. I'm talking about the brown people standing up for you. Who are the brown people?
You're more ignorant than I ever thought you were. Good night, sir.
Who are the brown? Just show me the brown people standing up for you.
And you compromise.
Why is it that old people are so shameless? Muriel, why are old people so shameless? Why is that?
Compromise because I can tell by your rhetoric.
Y'all get old. They get old. Muriel, why is it when y'all get old, y'all start kissing ass so much? Why is it y'all aren't ashamed of that?
You're the one that kisses ass. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Stop your rhetoric.
You just sat here talking about eating. You start off the call talking about eating crumbs.
If you knew who you were, you would stop the nonsense.
I'm the guy who doesn't eat crumbs.
I'm still willing to answer the question, who stands up for me?
No, ma'am. I want to know about the brown folk who stand up for you, not who stands up for you. The brown people.
That's what I'm willing to answer.
Tell me his name.
Number one, the Bible stands up for me. Number two, the Most High stands up for me. Number three, Jesus Christ, the Messiah, stands up for me. And number four, the prophets of the Most High today in Jesus Christ, the Israelites. And if you knew that, you wouldn't talk the way you're talking. That's who stands up for me. Who stands up for you?
Why is it that once y'all get so old, you're no longer embarrassed? Like, is it something about getting old? Y'all just are no longer embarrassed anymore. You're not embarrassed to say silly things.
You cannot embarrass me. I have lived long enough to have a lot of wisdom, and you are not gonna embarrass me because you can't embarrass me. You cannot.
Oh, I'm certain I can't embarrass you. I'm certain. It's just the riddling people will have to take care of that. I can't do it.
You are full of it, and that's what y'all do. You try to embarrass people when you get lost through your rhetoric.
Muriel, a slight philosophical question here, Muriel. Do you have proof? Do you have proof that Jesus even likes you? Muriel, do you have any proof of that?
Y'all cannot change my character, sir.
Y'all, her nostrils look like a Muppet.
You cannot change my character.
You look totally mentally unhinged.
Find out who the hell you are, so you can know how to talk to people. We will talk differently. I promise you that. Good night.
Folks, do you want to know where the old folk come down on? You want to know why they made no progress?
You cannot embarrass me, sir.
There's the problem is you cannot be, and that's the problem right there. There it is.
Stop trying. You cannot embarrass me. You are embarrassing yourself, number one, because you don't know who you are.
Y'all, she can't even see herself right now talking about we're embarrassing ourselves, not her. Now, this is not embarrassing. This is
no, it's not.
Big Mama Thornton is not embarrassing. It's just okay. Oh, is that your husband? Was that your husband?
Okay. It's always okay.
Was that your husband?
Okay.
No, was that your husband? Bring him over here.
Okay.
Bring your husband over here. That was your husband. Tell him I want to talk to him. I don't believe you have a husband. I don't believe you have one. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Show me who married you. I don't believe she got a husband. Bring him over here. I do not believe it. I do not believe it. There was an old dude who was on the phone with another crazy old woman who called me one time. I'm like, oh, hell.
I don't care what you say, sir. You can't embarrass me. You can't change my character.
Oh, Lord. I thought she lost her signal for a moment with that janky-ass 3G.
You cannot change my character. I told you who stands up for me. You haven't addressed that yet.
Folks, if you want to know who the Kamala Harris supporters are, take a look at your screen right now.
Yep.
Jason, y'all need to respect them old folks. Why you be talking bad about them old people? Exhibit A.
Go there. Let's go there.
Folks, Exhibit A.
Let's go there. Let's address that, sir. Let's address that. Who stands up for me? You asked me a valid question.
Ma'am,
I gave you a valid answer.
Muriel, do you have any proof that Jesus even likes you? Where's your proof of that?
Like I said, you need to read your Bible.
Okay, are you in the Bible?
Yes.
So you are in the Bible. We can quote you. You're around with Jesus.
I'm sorry?
Where's your proof that Jesus likes you today? Where can I go find proof that he said he likes you?
In the scriptures, sir. Read the prophets.
Okay, show me the scripture where Jesus referenced Muriel. Tell me the chapter where he referenced you.
Read
okay, that's why you got to laugh and giggle. Yeah, there's no proof of it. There you go.
And I told you, read Deuteronomy.
Ma'am, you're not in Deuteronomy.
Have you ever read Deuteronomy?
Yes, and you're not in it. And you're not in it.
Read Deuteronomy. Read Matthew 17 and 24.
And I want y'all to understand, and here's the problem with these old Negroes. She's talking about the next world. Did y'all get that? We're focused on the here and the now, and she's talking about a peaceful death.
You are so ignorant. The next world is the prophecies of the Bible, you fool.
So why should I care? Why should I care about the next world?
You know what? That's why you ignorant. You need to go read your Bible and you need to find out why.
So I need to worry about the next world, not this one.
You're already in this world. You need to worry about the next world. The next world is in your favor. Go research it.
Ma'am, I thank you so much for calling in tonight and putting that in this context.
And thank you for taking my call. Remember, read your Bible.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Folks, I couldn't have said that better myself. If you want to know the key difference between us and them, she just said it. Yeah, she can spout all that silliness and insanity for all that time because, because she's focused on the next world. R. Bailey in the chat room, you got 2 minutes to go ahead and get on Zoom for me or permanent vacation for you. So you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, hey, y'all, you want to know the folks who do that kind of stuff? You want to know where their mindset is? Jason, how can they talk like that? You heard her get on this phone. She's talking about the next world. As I've told you for decades, she just wants a peaceful death. That's all. She's focused on a peaceful death. She's old, wrinkled up, out of shape. Hips don't work, ears don't work, brain don't work. At this point, she just wants a peaceful death. She thinks she's got a magic formula that's going to let her do it all over again. And she doesn't care what you don't get now. You worrying about the here and now. I got mines, and y'all need to worry about the next world. Don't be worrying about this one. I'll let that speak for itself. Let me go ahead and get back over here on Zoom right quick. Let me hop it up. See if I can go ahead and get my man Dan up here on Zoom. All right, Dan, I think you may have heard everything that just went down there, brother. Go ahead and unmute yourself. What's on your mind? Yeah, I hear you now. Well, y'all think you just heard what went down, brother. So what's on your mind?
You talking about with the 70-year-old lady?
Yeah, she told us we need to worry about the next world. So it's just, we worry about the wrong thing. We worry about the here and now. We really need to be worrying about the next world. So, all right.
Oh my God.
All right, y'all. So I was just gonna play that part for y'all. Hear the damn Kamala supporter. So that's what the Kamala supporters sound like. Get far, far away from them. Seriously. Because they focus on the upper room and not focus on the here and now, right now. So, what happens if Black society doesn't support Trump or Harris? The two-party system collapses. Exactly. That was hilarious. Sorry, y'all. I'm late dinner. The next topic is Y'all girl, Ski Wee Kamala, Curry Mala ain't Black Harris, can't even answer a simple question on the difference between her and Sleepy Glitching Joe Biden. This fool said he was gonna report me. Are you serious, troll? Get a life. Let's see. Yeah, that was hilarious, man. I got a kick out of it too. Listened to it yesterday. What the hell? Like, this is a typical Kamala Harris supporter.
Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go to the solo interview with Vice President Kamala Harris. We had covered the first question that she had presented to her for News Channel, but we want to go now to the second question that, you know, she was presented by this interviewer out of ABC Philadelphia. Now, let's go ahead and play that, and I'm still confused all the way from the first question, but let's go ahead and cue this one up.
At the debate and at previous appearances about turning the page on the past, and in fact here today in Johnstown, you're talking about a new way forward. I think some people have a question, given maybe your current role as Vice President of the United States, how different you are from Joe Biden. And so I wonder if there are one or two spots, policy areas or approaches where you would say, I'm a different person.
Okay, so you heard what the man said. What makes you different than Joe Biden? Is there some policy areas? What is it that's going to make you different from Joe Biden? I want you to take on that before she starts talking, because when she starts talking, just pay attention.
Well, I'm obviously not Joe Biden. And, you know, I offer a new generation of leadership. And so, for example, thinking about developing and creating an opportunity economy where it's about investing in areas that really need a lot of work, and maybe focusing on, again, the aspirations and the dreams, but also just recognizing that at this moment in time, some of the stuff we could take for granted years ago, we can't take for granted anymore. For example, another plan that I have that is a new approach is to expand the child tax credit to $6,000 for young families for the first year of their child's life, because that is obviously a very critical stage of development of a child. And a lot of young parents need the help to buy a car seat or the crib or clothes for their kids. And so my approach is about new ideas, new policies that are directed at the current moment. And also, to be very honest with you, my focus is very much on what we need to do over the next 10, 20 years to catch up to the 21st century around, again, capacity, but also challenges.
Y'all.
What?
Like, what did she say? Like, I don't know what, other than, I don't think I really took out of that was two things. Well, clearly I'm not Joe Biden, and the $6,000 child tax credit. That's really the only thing that I can take out of that. Other than that, what are you talking about? New ideas? What are the ideas, Vice President Kamala Harris? What are the ideas? You talking about for the next 20 years? What are the ideas? The man asks you a simple question. What policies that you have that are different than Joe Biden? That's it. And the only thing that you said was a child tax credit. That's it. What about the Americans who don't have children, like yourself, ma'am? What about those Americans? They need to benefit from something too. Not everybody has children. How in 1 minute you want to give a child tax credit, but you're pushing reproductive justice on everybody else? Oh, you mean you want to give a child tax credit to everybody else you bringing over? And then when you give them, because you know they do pay taxes, once they give them a social security number, they start paying taxes, okay? Even though they're not a legal citizen, but when they get that green card, they pay taxes. So what, you want to give them a tax credit? Because they're having children. But you're pushing reproductive justice on Black people, for sure, Black American women in particular. You know what I'm saying? The second question was not hard. It wasn't geopolitical. It wasn't an economist type question. It was very simple. What makes you different? And I'm gonna tell you what makes you the same like Joe Biden is that you just running off the mouth, rambling, and nobody know what you're saying. Now, Joe Biden has an excuse. He's what, 81-year-old man, okay? Clearly has cognitive issues. And it's sad what I'm about to say. Joe Biden, when he's actually on a good day, can talk better than she can talk. And she don't, well, I haven't heard her having any cognitive issues. I mean, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, this is the woman that y'all excited about to go vote for.
The Giving Pump at Shell. Easy to stop, easy to donate.
What the hell with this commercial though?
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident in the last year? Yep.
This lady right here, they cannot answer a simple question. I'm telling you, any decision that she would make as president is not coming from her. It's coming from Barack Obama. Yep. It's coming from the donor class. It'll be coming from Nancy Pelosi. It'll be coming from the head of the DNC. It wouldn't come from her because when you put her on the spot and say, here, we on the spot, said, hey, answer this question. Now imagine if she was dealing with a interviewer that wasn't not friendly to her. And these interviews she's having are friendly interviews. Yeah. Considered friendly, even though Dana Bash asked her certain questions and doubled down on certain things, it still was a friendly interview. It was friendly. Then, I don't know if y'all heard about this, there's an affidavit floating around that's saying that the Harris campaign demanded that they didn't ask certain questions at the debate, like her tenure as a district attorney in San Francisco. They did not want those kind of questions. They insisted that Donald Trump be fact-checked. We got to go into that as well, that what this affidavit is saying from a whistleblower at ABC. I mean, how do y'all trust her to be president? Listen, there are many Democrats that will be good people, they'll be smart people. But this one, I'm just trying to say that one, they cannot answer a simple question. What makes you different than Joe Biden? Can you give me one or two policies that's different? Biden did do the child tax credit, not as much as her, what she's proposing, but he did do that. You didn't even give a second one. You just started doing a bunch of rambling, talking, word salad. Once again, we are expected to go out and vote for her in November. How could any of you who are Democrats just feel very confident in her ability to govern this country, and not only govern this country domestically, but how do you feel confident in her to deal with all these other world leaders who are hostile, who are looking for any way, shape, or form to harm America on the global stage or even domestically? How do you deal with that? How does she deal with that? We have to really think in this election. It's not about parties. It's about policy. It's about who can really protect America when America is going to be facing different threats. I don't trust her to do that. If she can't even do a simple interview, once again, with a friendly network, because ABC and their affiliates is friendly to her because of the lady who runs ABC. That's her homegirl. Y'all can't tell me this is the lady y'all want to run this country. Come on now. Y'all can't you cannot tell me confident in this.
Yeah, no.
Even some of you that love just the representation. Come on, you feel confident out of that? Every time she interviewed, the first time she was interviewing with Tim Walz. And now she's by herself. And this interview only 11 minutes. I have not seen her interview for an hour, even 45 minutes. The CNN interview was, like, say, 40 minutes. All we got to see was 18 minutes of it, because they were demanding certain parts get cut out. So I'm surprised. I would really like to see the unedited interview. Somebody in CNN that's a whistleblower, can y'all put out the unedited interview online so we can all get it and download it and look at it? Because I'm telling y'all, she's not ready to be president.
Not at all.
I mean, look at what happened as a vice president. She was the border czar or the border whatever name you want to call her. She didn't do a good job at that, because if she did, she would tell you. The Biden administration has no wins. That's why they're trying to just do everything they can. So all the shaming is coming from. This is where all of the talking down on us is coming from.
Yeah.
This is where,
there it is.
ladies and gentlemen, this is where it's coming
Tag
from.
team, Leonard.
Now, we're gonna also continue to look at this interview, definitely throughout the week, because you have to see exactly what she got going on. She cannot answer simple questions. Simple, not complex. So you can answer simple questions. If you interview worse than Joe Biden, and actually Joe Biden got a reason once again why he would interview a certain way, he actually can interview a lot better than her in his condition. Then no. Shit, that's not it. That's not it. No. You asking for trouble in this country if you elect her.
I agree. I heartily agree. Yep. So as you can see, she's completely clueless. She can't even differentiate herself from Sleepy Glitch and Joe Biden, policy-wise. So if you go ahead and vote for her, it's just gonna get more of the same. Ain't nothing gonna change. Not a damn thing. But apparently that's what a lot of you Kamala supporters want anyway, because y'all just focus on the upper room. Trying to get to the upper room. So moving along, Kamala Harris is getting exposed for her horrendous record in California. And one of California's sheriffs exposed her at a U.S. House hearing last week. It says California sheriff exposes VP Kamala Harris over illegal immigrant crisis at the U.S. House hearing. That's stupid.
Victims, thousands of people coming through a day where I visited, and I saw people from Yemen, China coming through. A friend of mine, Jody Jones, his brother was shot and killed at an AM/PM mini mart where an illegal immigrant who had been deported 3 times over found his way back into the United States, attempted a robbery, and shot and killed a man. We're starting to see is an influx of Mandarin, or those from China. We're unraveling a human trafficking case of over 40 women who are involved in sexual prostitution up and down the state of California, who have found their way across the border and are here illegally, and that case is ongoing.
They're letting 10 million people in 3.5 years.
On day one, the Biden-Harris administration made 3 changes that led to the unprecedented situation we've seen in our country. Day one, they decided no more building the wall, no more remain in Mexico while we evaluate your asylum claim, and once you get here, you will not be detained, you will be released into the country. As a result of that, 10 million migrants have come into the country, 99 on the terrorist watch list. We've lost track, they've lost track. This is what happens when you have an administration that doesn't care about border security, that prioritizes aliens over Americans and legal immigrants. But unfortunately, we don't. We have a Democrat presidential candidate who for years advocated for open borders. She was appointed the border czar, yet presided over the largest mass illegal immigration in U.S. history. She has called for ICE to be abolished. She has laughed off questions about border security. She has promoted amnesty. She has said that, quote, undocumented immigrant is not a criminal. Thanks to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, we're on track to get to 12 million illegal aliens in the United States in this 4-year administration. 12 million. I always tell folks, 12 million, that's the equivalent of the entire population of our state of Ohio, 7th largest state in the union. And that's not even counting the 1.9 million known gotaways who've evaded Border Patrol, or the unknown number of gotaways who've not even been detected. American communities are left to suffer the consequences.
Chairman Jordan and Ranking Member Nadler and distinguished members of the committee, my name is Mike Boudreau. I am the sheriff of Tulare County in California. Tulare County sits in the heart of California, right in the center. We're a very large agricultural community. I have spent 38 years in law enforcement working in the sheriff's office and working with victims throughout my career. I am also an FBI National Academy graduate in class 251, where I have law enforcement leaders from all over the country and as well all over the world who I have connections with. When it comes to the dangerous and sometimes deadly impacts of what I feel is a failed Biden-Harris administration on open border policies, the impacts of illegal immigration in California, I must say that I have a front row seat. I also served as the California State Sheriff's Association president, where I meet regularly with all other 57 sheriffs. There's 58, me being number 58, in the state of California, hearing their stories. There's a few examples that I would like to be able to provide today. We have a long issue of illegal immigration in California. However, over the last 3 years of the Biden-Harris administration, we have a deadly impact of violent criminals coming into our communities. We have migrant communities of farm workers who are now infiltrated and terrorized by those that they had fled other countries from, who are now in our communities terrorizing them, threatening their children to be involved in drug trafficking, gun running, drug dealing, as well as gangs and sexual activity of children. I'm very involved with these migrant communities as the sheriff, and I can tell you the personal stories and impacts are heart-wrenching. Many of these communities have to do what's called paying rent. You must give money to the drug lord or the gang member or the violent criminal of those that you fled if you want to live peacefully within that migrant community. I'm very familiar with Kamala Harris as the Senator and Attorney General in California, and I can tell you that the words that she has often spoken when it comes to defunding the police and ICE kin to the KKK is demoralizing to law enforcement and those trying to protect our country and protect victims here in California and the United States. I have, as the president, walked the border, and over the course of the 38 years as sheriff, I have visited the border many times, and I have many friends in the Border Patrol as well as Homeland Security, and I can tell you that they are frustrated. Thousands of people coming through a day, where I visited and I saw people from Yemen, China coming through. In our town, we had a friend of mine, Jody Jones. His brother was shot and killed at an AM/PM mini-mart, where an illegal immigrant who had been deported 3 times over found his way back into the United States, attempted a robbery, and shot and killed a man. My deputies got into a pursuit and got into a violent shootout with this man. We have a case where that's called the reign of terror. I can tell you, as the Attorney General, Kamala Harris often lessened the impact of law enforcement with her quotes of defunding the police. I have story after story, but most recently what we're starting to see is an influx of Mandarin, or those from China. We're unraveling a human trafficking case of over 40 women who are involved in sexual prostitution up and down the state of California, who have found their way across the border and are here illegally, and that case is ongoing. We have financial crimes from Mandarin thieves from China who are stealing millions of dollars online from our elderly in the Central Valley and up and down the state of California. We had an illegal immigrant, El Mano Negro. He was a hired hand by the cartel, where we arrested, and finally he admitted to killing and assassinating over 25 people in our county at the hands of the cartel. We just unraveled a cartel in our county, dismantling that cartel. The people in that cartel that we arrested openly admitted that within the last 3 years, it's easier now to move human beings, drugs, guns, fentanyl most specifically across the border, and that it's easier now than in the history of their cartel. I can tell you, because of the Biden and Harris administration, law enforcement resources are quickly depleted. We have victim after victim that we see, as you'll hear today, and that these stories are not unfamiliar to law enforcement up and down the state of California.
Damn. So, if y'all want the rest of the nation to look like that, I'll go ahead and vote for Kamala Harris. Because that's all you're going to get, is exactly what he just laid out. But in every state, not just California. I personally don't want that shit. I've been to California twice. It's a nice place to visit, but I definitely would not want to live there. Hell no. Hell to the no. So moving along, we got the musty man Spock is always going in on, said he's not African. He is a damn bore. Elon Musk cries over lack of attempts to assassinate Harris and Biden. So, this is coming from damn young Turks. But Dr. Michelle is going to give us an update on this.
When I first joined Honeybook, I was roughly making $1,500 a month. Fast forward to today, my marketing agency is making $40K a month. Honeybook has helped me scale my agency by taking care of invoicing, contracts, proposals, and so much more, all inside.
Ridiculous. About to bring Skip.
Elon Musk disappointed that no one tried to assassinate Harris. Put it up for a mass. Following yesterday's assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, Elon Musk has now walked back a controversial tweet. So you're looking at what he posted. So he says,
no, it's the collard greens.
No one is even trying to assassinate Biden, Kamala. End quote. Users on X quickly slammed the tweet as, quote, appalling and indefensible, some accusing him of inciting violence. Now, remember, this is the multi-billionaire genius, right? That owns the platform. He can do what he wants to do. He can violate his own rules. He deleted the tweet and has since walked it back. So here's what he posted. Well, one lesson I've learned is that just because I say something to a group and they laugh doesn't mean it's going to be all that hilarious as a post on X. Well, look at that genius. Elon genius Musk. I'm so glad you came to this lesson. You have enlightened us all. No idea your violent, insensitive club cannot be posted on the platform per your rules.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from a paid member, so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Maybe he's just surrounded by people that are paid to laugh at his jokes. He added on, turns out that jokes are way less funny if people don't know the context and the delivery is plain text. He then proceeded to share this compilation claiming Democrats are the ones inciting violence. He posted 2.5 minutes of Democrats explicitly calling for using political violence. They own this. And then it's a clip out of context primarily. Missed out of context. Elon Musk. Assassination, allegedly. Ryan Wesley Rao was arrested on Sunday while allegedly attempting to shoot Donald Trump or shoot at the Trump International Golf Club in Florida. We're not sure exactly which one yet. Secret Service spotted his rifle near the next hole Trump will be playing at the golf course and stopped him. You see him there. If he is the guy, justice is served, and he was not able to commit that kind of dangerous crime. Thankfully so. We do not advocate or promote violence here. On June 10, 2020, his apparent X profile, the alleged shooter, directed a post on X at Trump in which he said had supported Trump in the 2016 presidential election, but that Trump had become a disappointment. The post concluded, "I will be glad when you are gone," end quote. You know, I got to be honest. Things like this reminds me of the historical legacy of cult leaders. And I'm utilizing the framework of history. I'm utilizing the framework of history. If you look at cult leaders in America, there's always a sentiment of their followers who end up being so radicalized or so infatuated with their alleged deity that when they do something that disappoints from the course of action they believe should be taken, these individuals will turn on their cult masters. We have seen this happen in multiple instances in the United States of America and beyond. It is no mistake, be very clear. Those on the right have called for open conflict. Those on the right have called for open conflict after the election, regardless of if Trump wins or loses. So you have to keep that in context as well. As those on the left who have routinely said, we don't need to talk like this. Violence does not belong in our political commentary. Those on the right are not saying that. Lindsey Graham is not saying that. Thankful to be alive, Newt Gingrich is not saying that. It's those on the left. All right. David, thoughts here?
Well, a couple of things. This guy was clearly Looney Tunes. I mean, based on his posts in the last several years, I mean, this guy was, arguably insane. And so it raises the question of, well, what on earth are we doing having a society where people who are Looney Tunes can get their hands so easily on assault weapons? That's the first thing. The second thing is, I'm not necessarily sure that this guy necessarily broke the law per se, given Florida laws, which enable people to carry firearms, which enable people to be on the perimeter of a public facility. And oh, by the way, because of stand your ground, I mean, I suppose his defense could argue, look, he was simply standing his ground, was afraid that Donald Trump was going to play through the sixth hole. I mean, it's so silly. It is so ridiculous, the laws that exist in Florida, that a clever defense might gum things up. But in all seriousness, the stuff from Elon Musk, the way people have taken things, the political discourse, and Elon Musk, keep in mind, every time he tweets something out, it goes to 294 million people. And so for him to just now be realizing that maybe his sort of sense of humor, as racist as it is, doesn't play well, for him to only be realizing that now underscores what a horrible leader and businessman he really is.
He's a genius.
I mean, he's managed to take. Look, he's made a lot of his money through SpaceX and everything, which is government subsidized. So
right, exactly.
He benefited more from socialism than anybody on this planet.
Yeah, including his cars, by the way, state subsidies to mandate you have cars that are electric.
Newsflash, there's no time to find a therapist. If I don't check everything off my to-do list, I will literally fall in.
All right, fine. That was the musty man crying and trying to defend the dump as a human shit. And of course, the Young Turks, their bias toward the dump. It was very obvious. Like he said, yeah, like the dump got a song like Hunter. What's going on with Hunter? Oh, the sentencing got pushed back to after this election. So, moving right along. Have bad news, family. Bad news. So, one of the paramedics that was involved in the death of Elijah McClain gets released from a 5-year prison sentence. And when this happened, I was in Aurora at the time, and I was like, "Where's the outrage?" I participated in several protests. There were several protests that went on before 2020 in regards to this. And when George Floyd happened, it just added more insult to injury. And Breonna Taylor, we were protesting for all of that around that time. All of that was incorporated in 2020 when George Floyd got killed. And yeah, it was an ongoing process. It took 5 years to get these mugs sentenced. And yeah, Tito died too. Yeah, we covered. I brought that up earlier. Yeah, because Jermaine was on here earlier. Yeah, R.I.P. to Tito Jackson. It was my understanding he had a heart attack while driving, and he killed himself as a result. I don't know if he had any passengers in the car with him, but he died as a result of this heart attack while driving. So yeah, definitely RIP to him, but also RIP to Elijah McClain. I am very close to his family. I know his grandmother, as a matter of fact. She lives in my father's building. We're doing a food bank every Sunday for the past 8 years. So yeah, it hit real close to home when he was killed. And then I, along with several others, including my nemesis, try to take credit for every goddamn thing or a part of or had led several protests in Aurora behind this. But unfortunately, his mother turned out to be a raccoon. And she got a $15 million settlement. And then after that, it was, can we all just get along and let bygones be bygones? And we felt really upset about that. I'm still upset about that. I actually got kicked off the Free Coon Zone the first time because I had kept trying to notify his mother of the reason why her son was killed, and she was refusing. Like that lady earlier that said she was gonna go for Kamala Harris, she was like completely lost in the sauce on why her son was killed. And she kept trying to say it was something that it wasn't, and when I told her what it was, a state-sanctioned murder of racism, white supremacy, by the hands of racism, white supremacy, she accused me of being cold and bitter and hateful. And as a result, I was kicked off of the Free Coon Zone, otherwise known as the Free Think Zone, but ain't nothing free thinking about it, so it's the Free Coon Zone. and he's just changed the name altogether, called the Democratic Thinking Zone. That would be more fitting. If you have any other point of view, you were immediately blocked and removed. So that's how that went down. So then Jeff Fart's crew called themselves Raising Cain and going to these court dates and acting a fool, throwing up the black fist, acting like they really about that life when they're not. And then when they were asked directly by the white-owned media why they was throwing up the black fist, like we would say, if we were asked, this is for the murder of him and several others that have lost their hands at the result of racism and white supremacy by way of these race soldiers and the paramedics. This is what I said, this is for Elijah. So after that, before that we were done. When she let that white lady tokenize her that was running for mayor against me, Kelly Bruff, she got mad at us because we told her to get our money. Medina. She got mad at us because we told her to go get her money because this white woman tried to tokenize her in like 3 commercials. And then this boy had the audacity to invite her to his church or to her house and invite her to Kwanzaa. Like this brother's is hella off code out here. Leonard, like Colorado, for a bunch of off code Negroes, a bunch of coons out here. The black people that's out here is mainly coons. Is his mother in a sorority? She might have sacrificed him. You know, she might be one of them Deltas or them AKs. I don't know, but that woman, she straight up sold her child for $15 million. And then accused my nemesis of extorting her. This shit was crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past her. I would not be surprised in the least if she belonged to one of the divine or demonic 9. There ain't nothing divine about that shit. You praying to evil spirits, talking about I'm gonna pledge this and pledge that. To hell with all of that. Yeah, invite her to Kwanzaa, like make a photo op and shit. Like she had a black hate campaign manager named Hashim, and he was trying to take her to all the black events or whatever. And this broad invited her to come to Kwanzaa. I'm like, oh hell no, because like, you know, each day of the 7 days there's an event going on somewhere in the area, a city or the surrounding cities. So yeah, this broad gonna kind of want to Kwanzaa events. Like, oh hell no. And they're hella off code. Hella off code. I mean, I love the principles. Let's be real. Kwanzaa was created by an informant by the name of Ron Karinga. So there's only so far you can go with shit. But yeah, she invited her to damn Kwanzaa. This broad that was trying to call herself trying to get justice for Elijah McClain on the 5th year while we was doing protests year 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, talk about a Jane come lately. But yeah, anyway, one of the paramedics involved in the murder of him just got their sentence reduced, or just completely thrown out. So this is like a complete slap in the face because they only sentenced 1 police race soldier and 1 paramedic. They let the other pig go, and then let the other paramedic go. But that was they still was calling that justice. Like, no, there's nothing just about that. And then gave the pig that they let go, they gave him back pay too. I'm like, he came back, he walked out with at least $500,000. This is ridiculous of taxpayer dollars. These motherfuckers up actively mugging my building, man. It's about some 1 o'clock in the morning. These motherfuckers up, lit. Just lit. Everybody off them blues. Don't stay away from them blues, y'all. That must twisted out here. For those that don't know, those are fentanyl lace pills. Fentanyl lace, whatever the fuck. They put that shit in just about everything except weed. But they put it in crack, they put it in meth, they put it in everything. Heroin. It's not gone. I just pulled it up, y'all. I'm sorry, I got 1,001 windows open. Oh, here it is. So, like I said, I was demanding where's the outrage. So I guess the community reacted to it. But first, I'm gonna play the ruling, and then the analysis, and then the community of Aurora, meaning the ambulance chasers of Aurora, what they gotta say about it.
Protests around the country. In the end, the stiffest sentence in that case, 5 years, went to a paramedic who gave McClain a lethal dose of ketamine. He has done 10 months of that sentence. Peter Cichuniec was one of 3 people convicted in the case. Today, a judge ruled the remainder of his prison sentence will be converted to probation. McClain was 23 when he died after an encounter with Aurora first responders back in 2019. He was unarmed. He had not committed a crime. Cichuniec, along with another paramedic and a police officer, were convicted. Paramedic Jeremy Cooper got 4 years of probation. Former police officer Randy Rodima, 14 months in the Adams County Jail. Tori Mason is your reporter in Aurora. And Tori, this sentence has really been the source of a lot of debate ever since it was issued.
Well, Alan, this sentence alone was really controversial. Some believe justice was served. Some thought it wasn't enough time. Others thought the penalty was too harsh for a first responder. This morning, a judge decided Peter Cichuniec had been away long enough.
I'm very sorry that Elijah is no longer with us, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
It's been 6 months since Peter Cichuniec was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Now, the former paramedic will be out in days. In a motion to reduce his sentence, his attorneys wrote, Cichuniec is an individual with no history of violence and no prior criminal history, and is not an ongoing risk to the public. Friday, the court determined sentence reconsideration is appropriate. 5 years in prison became 4 years probation. The Colorado Attorney General's office says the decision was made due to, quote, unusual circumstances in Cichuniec's case. Attorney General Phil Weiser writes, "We are disappointed the court reduced his sentence today, but we respect the court's decision." Under Colorado law, 5 years was the minimum sentence required for his conviction. Cichuniec was supervising the paramedic who injected McClain with ketamine. The International Association of Firefighters says the judge's decision acknowledges the challenges faced when making split-second decisions. In a statement, their president writes, "While nothing can undo the tragic events of Mr. McClain's death, the IAFF is relieved that the court recognized the need for fairness and justice in this case." Aurora's NAACP says their heart goes out to Elijah's mother, and that the recent change in sentencing serves as a reminder that the fight for Black Lives Matter is ongoing. We thank the Colorado Attorney General's office for their courageous efforts in making sure that the individuals responsible for the murder of Elijah McClain were made accountable for their actions.
Now, we're still working to get more clarification on exactly what the judge meant when he says unusual circumstances. The IAFF says they'll continue to fight for the reversal of what they believe are unjust convictions.
Tori, thanks a lot for that look at that. Tori is your reporter in Aurora. If you have a story idea or a tip for her, you can reach out online through our website, cbscolorado.com, or by calling our tips line.
This is the vampire Louis Dulac. All you cowards out there talking about
The Colorado Attorney General's office says a judge tossed out the sentencing for Peter Czekuniak. You might know that name, one of the paramedics convicted in Elijah McClain's death by injecting him with an overdose of ketamine while he was walking and doing nothing wrong. Well, the judge converted the 5-year sentence to 4 years of probation. And we want to talk a little bit more specifically about legally how this is allowed to happen. 9 News legal analyst Scott Robinson joining me live now to talk about the decision. Scott, thanks for making the time. I think the first question on people's minds is, did you expect this to happen?
It might not meet public expectations, but it actually comes as no surprise to me. The same statute that requires a 5-year minimum mandatory sentence for second-degree assault has a bit of an escape clause for the court. At any time after 120 days, the court can reconsider the sentence, including down to probation, if he or she determines that it is an unusual case with exceptional and unusual circumstances, unusual and extenuating circumstances. And if there's one thing the McClain case is, it's unusual.
You know, I spoke to Shanine, Elijah's mom, earlier today, and she said she was expecting this. She calls it, the kind of turnaround here on sentencing, lenient. Do you look at it as that way, especially when you look at this like mandatory structure that is put in place for sentencing, then a judge can just go ahead and reverse it? Is that usual? Like, is that something that usually happens?
The same statute that creates the mandatory 5-year sentence also gives this kind of reconsideration to individuals sentenced under that statute. If you were convicted of, for example, of a felony that was not listed in the violent crime statute, you would be eligible for reconsideration under a separate rule, a rule of criminal procedure. But if you're sentenced under the mandatory sentences for violent crimes, this is the only way you can get your sentence reconsidered. And to be candid, this is probably the first time a paramedic has been convicted in a criminal case for care, if you call it that, provided to a citizen. So it is an unusual case. It's up to the court to decide whether there are extenuating circumstances and whether it's an exceptional case. But by and large, this kind of reconsideration under the mandatory crime statute is not statistically common, but it does happen, and it's built into the very statute that Kuciak was sentenced under.
Mark Warner to pull back his sentence as well. I believe he got 14 months of the work release program. Because there's a change here, is there any way that that happens with Rodema as well?
Each defendant had his own level of culpability, and it depends on how the court assesses a county jail sentence with work release, as opposed to spending, in this case, better part of 4+ months in the Department of Corrections. That's a really difficult balance to make. And the fact that the 5-year DOC sentence was reconsidered for Kuciak does not even in the slightest guarantee a similar reduction for the other paramedic, Cooper.
Mm-hmm. Well, Scott Robinson, thank you for taking the time to discuss this, because this weighs heavy on a lot of folks in the community who feel like the one of the only people, who were sentenced for Elijah McClain's death that actually got significant jail time. Now that sentence completely being pulled back to probation. It's weighing heavy for a lot of folks today. So thank you for taking the time to break it down for us.
I certainly understand that very well.
Yeah. Thank you, Scott.
No, you don't.
We do continue to follow the developing story as the prison sentence for the paramedic convicted in the death of Elijah McClain has been vacated. Peter Czekuniak will now serve a 4-year probation period. Your reporter in Aurora, Michael Beta, has more on this, with reaction from those who say they're still fighting for justice for Elijah McClain.
The NAACP says this is an outrage. Anger and hurt.
Dr. Thomas Mays, the vice president of the NAACP for Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana, says his community had no idea former Aurora paramedic Peter Czekuniak was even trying to get his sentence vacated. So late Friday afternoon, when he learned one of the men found guilty of contributing to the death of Elijah McClain would soon be getting out of prison, he felt a rush of emotions. And he says Elijah's mother is even more heartbroken.
I know she's not healed, and this kind of pulls a scab off the wound that was healing.
A jury found Chikuniak guilty of criminally negligent homicide last year. In a motion to reduce his sentence, his attorneys wrote Chikuniak is, quote, an individual of good character, an individual with no history of violence and no prior criminal history, and is not an ongoing risk to the public, unquote. May says to give Chikuniak his freedom based on that is unfair because Elijah McClain was all of those things and more.
Everything that you can call good about a person, how many chances did Elijah get? He begged for his life. So when I look at that, his character means absolutely nothing to me.
Chikuniak's attorneys also argued that he was convicted of being a compliciter, and his co-defendants, who had a more significant role in the death of McClain, are serving much more lenient sentences. Chikuniak will now face a 4-year probation period. CBS News Colorado has tried to reach out to the Chikuniak family, but hasn't heard back. In a statement, the International Association of Firefighters president writes, while nothing can undo the tragic events of Mr. McClain's death, the IAFF is relieved that the court recognized the need for fairness and justice in this case. May says this reignites his community's desire for justice.
From injustice, it's really the birthplace of unrest. Then unrest produces protest.
The NAACP says they will not stop working peacefully until they get justice for Elijah. In Aurora, Michael Aveta, covering Colorado First.
Okay, Lady Che, welcome to the show.
Hi. Just that shit right there, man, like makes everything we did as far as protesting and shit for nothing. It seemed like not to mention like how I like man, like I don't even know what to say. Does that mean she got free?
I mean, no.
Like you lost like all the way around. Like this shit is just fucked up. Like just fucked up.
Yeah, so next they're gonna try to get Cooper out or Rodziak, whatever the hell his goddamn name. Oh my god. Just nuts. They said it was
You be able to come. You need to come early. Just for real. Like,
sorry. Yes, I'm already on that, Lady Che. I gotta finish the show. Okay, we got Leonard in the building. So I was asking him, like, where was the outrage? Because when me and Lady Che found out about this, they're like,
just like that
on fire right now.
That bullshit. Like, where was the motherfucking fake coon zone over there, fucking at the in front of all the cameras and shit? So what?
Right.
Too busy doing other fuck shit. Like, you know what I mean? Where the fuck
like trying to sabotage my campaign by trying to call. Yeah, they calling over to the building, trying to asking them what is it that he does over there? What is it that I don't do? Like, are you
who called over here? Who called over here?
Stupid ass Jeff and them.
They called over to the
twins in the building. Yeah.
Do what? It's a twin. Twizzy. When did this happen?
Shit, on Sunday.
What? Why?
I don't know, but Margie.
Was that a website?
No, this was from Miss Margie. And you know, me and Hank don't get along. So I think Jeff been talking to Hank and Mr. Magoo and trying to dig up some kind of dirt on me because they're so desperate.
For what? Oh, it's like round two. They don't want round two. Round two is like we ready this time. It was like last time. I got like literally like I was just gonna get this out the way. Literally, fuck nigga. I've been waiting like for a whole motherfucking year. I'd have built this motherfucking campaign up so you could come all you want for us, but best believe you gonna get this motherfucking work. I done put in too much effort, Jeff, and motherfucking your little side bitch who thinks you're something, the epitome of nothing. I done put in a whole bunch of motherfucking work. And if you know anything, if you learned anything over the last 2 years, I give you that shit right in motherfucking public. You know when I walk in that motherfucking room, both you motherfuckers know you should. So stop fucking with me. Don't do it. And if you really want it, just to go ahead and when you see us tomorrow or in like to later on today, you can get it
Right.
right there because it's gonna be right in your. It'll be right in your neighborhood. You got to come out to the fucking event. You gonna see us at the event, and it's live and direct. And you already know I don't have no motherfucking filter. I could give two fucks. You fucking buck broken ass bed wenchy fucking 2-piece motherfucking combo can get this motherfucking work. You're not gonna come at us with this motherfucking campaign shredding shit like you did last time where we weren't prepared.
Mm-hmm.
We've been prepared for your fucking dumbass, duck ass, fucking stupid ass, fucking off-brand behavior for like a whole fucking year. So you've been ready. Like it's not even gonna be a anything. You ain't got the ear to the people, and even if you do, it don't fucking matter. You're not your words will not affect the shit we're trying to do. And if you as motherfucking so-called black people stand in the way of motherfucking black progress, like the betterment of black progress, again, I will say it to your fucking face in front of everybody, you will be the enemy of motherfucking black people. Straight up.
Yeah.
To your motherfucking faces. I don't give a fuck. I hope somebody's filming it. Because don't let the light shade fucking deflect the message. I will give you this motherfucking work. You're not gonna tear down my motherfucking anything I have built up over the last motherfucking year. That website took me fucking forever, and I had to do like 3 separate fucking times. So the campaign work that we're doing right now to knock this motherfucking colonizer off her spot, because is fucking ridiculous. Okay, you're not gonna do it. I had limited fucking shit to work with, so you're not gonna do it. I won't allow it. I just won't allow it. I don't give a fuck what happens. But we're not gonna let no motherfucking off-brand coons fucking think they gonna do something again like they did last time. It's all just talk because in public you don't do none of that shit.
None of it.
None
it's all
of it.
daps and hugs.
Not only that, but you won't even look me in the motherfucking face. So
look
I don't
down.
know if you got anything to say. You're so fucking tough. Do that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me when I'm fucking calling you a bed witch. I'm calling you a motherfucking buck broken ass coon. Look at me. Look at me when I do it. Oh, that shit pisses me off, man. Don't be calling around looking. You already know, motherfucker. Pick up the phone and talk to him. But you don't want to have him on your show because you know he can't be what you want him to be. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem. That's the motherfucking problem.
So that's the lovely website.
It didn't show the updates?
I don't think so.
Let's try that. Let's try that again. Hold on a second. Go back. Do something else. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me update it or whatever. It should be published with updates. Like watch this shit, Belly. Watch this shit. I done worked too motherfucking hard. I am so sick too. So sick right now. I've been begging Jesse to fucking come over here and I gotta fix one fucking thing. One thing right now, and that requires Jesse's fucking participation, but it's so small. We can't do it over the internet. He has to do it in person. Because it's like it's private, you know what I mean? Private stuff, you know.
What?
You just gotta like you can't make donations right now just yet. Because you gotta input your own private stuff in there, you know. Nobody should have privy to your accounts, you know, like married couples or not, you know what I mean? You should be able to control your own financing. Right. Motherfuckers should not be able to I shouldn't be able to be all up in your wallet. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want nobody in my motherfucking wallet. I don't give a fuck what we're doing. All right, now try it. Now reload it. Try it again.
Okay.
Try it again.
I'll stop sharing the screen.
Yeah, do it again. Do it one more time. Try it again. I just finished it. I'm literally waiting on Jesse to give me one little tiny thing, 2 things really, but they're so tiny. They're like, I just need it's like a physical involvement. You know what I mean? Okay, one more time. Bam.
Oh, yeah, there's the updates.
Look, bam.
Ooh.
Look, I just changed it.
Nice.
See?
By now.
Oh, yeah. Like little tiny things. Little tiny things. Like that's supposed to say donate, but it didn't update itself yet. Bam, look. But these are our policies, right? So everybody's like, where's the policy? This is this, and it's in black. So we on an agenda, so obviously. But look, that's just a little bit. It just keeps going.
Nice.
Right. So yep. More policy.
Yep.
More policy. More policy. Right. You show that old bitch and shit, and you see the difference. Right. That's some shit. And you see, look, there's some more stuff. It's a little info. You know what I mean? Like, and some more what you're commitments to. Keep scrolling down. Right? So like it just keeps getting like, what y'all think? Is there anybody in there? Was it twins in there? What y'all think?
It's Twin and Leonard.
Twin and Leonard, what do y'all think? I did this, so I have every right to fucking be pissed off about somebody trying to trash my campaign. I feel like it's my campaign. I did it. You know what I mean? It's been number 2 for me. Where I'm working my way up to political pundit. Let's go. More policy. Look, more policy. See, I touch everything. Everything representative. Okay. So you see all that? That's all. That's all there. All there. Yes, I have error right. Yeah, I'll slap a motherfucker in the mouth. What you talking about?
Right. There she is, y'all.
Yeah, that's me. Well, that's me with a wig on. I was talking about an old girl. She said, "Do you want silk press over here?" Or what? I was like, "Bitch, you jealous? You got an old black ass sewing. Shut the fuck up. You're wearing weave and shit. You just mad about this sewing." I said, "I ain't never had no silk press. The fuck is a silk press?" He said, "He like ironed out." I was like, "Oh yeah, I think one time." And because we endorse we support Cornel West, Jesse and Cornel West in the Unity Party. Right? That's it. It's done. Well, there's contact information too, right? Yep. So he just got to fill in the little buttons to make the buttons work. That's it. That's all really he has to do, and then it's live already. So like, yeah, I did all that. Of course, I gotta say I'm like spokesperson. Of course, I gotta do that.
Twin loves it.
Yeah, I did all. I made the logo and everything. I made the logo. You can see the logo's a little black person with a microphone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did that. I was waiting on Jesse to fucking give me new pictures, but he just procrastinating and shit. Fucking around. Fucking around.
Calling me to events to take the pictures. I'm waiting on somebody to send me some pictures now.
Yeah. So all that, I made it. So yeah, goddamn right, I feel some kind of way. I did all of that. Like this is a lot of work. This is the 3rd time I did it. For some reason, every time my computer updated, it would lose it. It would lose it because we don't have no money. It's on a basic. It's like on a basic program. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I made it. I made it. I did all the work, and I made all. Look at all the policy I created. Like I said, I created it because I added to, like Jesse's 15 pieces.
Yeah.
Jesse came out with 15, and then I added another couple, and then we did all our black work too because we gotta be kind of inclusive but not inclusive.
Right.
A lot of our black policies and stuff like that because she don't try to come at us with that. But hey, we're taking that back. Like fuck that now. And then the Black Round Table getting cussed out.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's like cussing all that shit. They all getting it. They all getting it. So like, I was like, well, hurry up and get here just because I'm really sick. Like right now, I'm really, really sick, and I need his help. Like for real need his help. Because he's you know, y'all don't know, but Jesse's like a lot taller than me and bigger than me. Like, so he's bigger than me and taller than me, so he can pick me up and like really move me around and shit. But like, I really need help right now because one of my lungs, they're like, one side of my lung is really messed up, and I can't. It's getting what's happening, baby? Like a biopsy or study or something.
Yeah.
Next week, but this is the same lung that's collapsed and been worked on like at least 10 times. So it shut me down. So I've been begging him to come over today to help me so that we can so I can finish like my little flyers and help me because tomorrow we're gonna be in front of the mayor. The mayor, it's a mayoral event, and so you know they're gonna all be there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to come because it's like a mayoral event, and I gotta fix his hair. So it's like,
is it that Daryl Watson event?
No, it's a housing event. He's dropping that housing campaign, the affordable housing campaign, right there.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to see there.
Yeah, it starts at 4. That's why I'm like you. That's why I've been begging you all day to come. I was like, we have an event, and you get to go print out these motherfucking flyers. Got shit to do, like it. But it's like look, when like okay, so this the preview of like a married couple. They don't. It's like I'm being a married couple doing political work together and like living apart because we, you know, that's the way our shit started. We were living apart, and it's the way it's been, right?
Well, we stayed in the same building at one time.
We just stayed in the same building, but then they moved me out for my own safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a long time ago. But like this right now, like because I made it past my initial expiration date. I pushed it through the first campaign. Remember the first campaign when the mayoral lost. Remember, I've been pushing myself further to live further. You know what I mean? And now I'm just hanging on by a fucking thread. But don't get me fired up, man. Do not get me fired up because this motherfucker's still, you know, black first. It will still fucking tell you what it is. Because I think that's really what it is that you got an elder that is the free coon zone. You got an elder that likes to pretend in public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's an elder. He's an elder in our last what was our last remaining black area.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's been overly gentrified, right? And they're Democrats. They're really, you know, hardcore Democrats. For the party type, you know. And you got Jesse, which is like third party. Jesse's like the Cornell West of fucking Colorado, if you think about it. Except a little bit more intense, right?
More militant.
More militant, right? So you got us, right? We're strictly pro-black, don't give a fuck, and we'll say we're really just standing on shit. But now it's even more intense because the level of telling the truth is like I can't stop talking shit. So it's like whatever. But you got him and him defending what his views are. Then you got these motherfuckers that'll say you're what do they call them? Xenophobic. They got all these terms, right?
Mm-hmm.
None of which I care to learn what they mean. So it's like whatever that means. I still don't know what that means. So I'm like, they call us all kind of names. They're just to say you don't like this, you don't like that. So that's real simple. But they got them in there, and then they want to badmouth them online, but they won't come. They won't do it in person. They won't come on the show and do it live and direct like I would do, like you know, or like he's been known to do, you know, because they got him blocked and banned from going in the chats or whatever, talking shit. I think personally, you know, me personally, I know Jesse be inciting some of that shit because he likes to fight with people. Okay, but He just hasn't like. I'm so far. I'm like the only one that fights with him. Like could go 3 days here and there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Most motherfuckers can't even go 20 minutes with just.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like he's probably burning off some energy or something, looking for, like, and maybe like who wants to argue? One of those like who wants to argue type things. But Jeff and them are like behind your back shit talkers. And
Mm-hmm.
they won't do it in public, and then it's even worse because they live a lifestyle where they're supposed to be for the community. All these people that we're talking shit about right now, we talk shit about them right to their face.
Yep.
This energy, like my energy, don't change. I'm like this all day long.
Right. Same.
I go to sleep like this. You know what I mean? I wake up like this, and they say it's toxic and dysfunctional, but it just looks like that because we're like we're a couple. But in person, you need this.
Right.
You need this because if not, everybody would follow the motherfucking sheep. Everybody be like sheep, just following whatever old boy said because they think he's the man. No, he's not the man. The man is, like I said, the man is the mayor. The mayor is Jesse. Jesse will always be the mayor. That's the map. That's Google Maps right there. That's fucking that's the dictionary.
Human GPS, yeah.
That's the human GPS. That's the map. That's the weatherman. Literally, that's the weatherman. The map, the man of the people. Everybody knows. They can't even fucking lie. Everybody knows they can pick up the phone and call Jesse and he'll answer it.
Yep.
Or he'll return the call within like a matter of minutes or two, or he'll text right back or message you. You know what I mean? Everybody knows he's fucking accessible. Not like Randy, who could go days without answering the phone or the messenger and just be on Black vacation. That's Jesse. He has to come look for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
And then it'd be a whole fight. I'd be like, who fucking invited you here? Like, I didn't invite you, cuz. Why you just walk up in my crib like this? Like, I'm like, I didn't answer the phone. Nigga, I didn't answer the phone. I didn't say you could come over. What the fuck you doing here? You said, and you told me I can't pop up. You popping up. It's Friday. It's the routine. It's Friday. And I'm like, but I didn't answer the phone. I didn't say you could come over. Like, because I grew up on the understanding that you call before you show up. You ask if you could come over. No means no. You know what I mean? But I myself will go dark 30 and be gone for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days because I need everything is so amplified for me. Like I take everything. Jesse said I don't take nothing serious. I don't take anything seriously, but that's wrong. Aries will take everything seriously. We just make it look funny. You know what I mean? But I was like very fucking serious, and I take time to be like, oh man, that's how the news. It hyped me so up. I was ready to go to a fucking city and be like, wah. And then I chill for 3 days. My heart started hurting. You know what I mean? Like, because I just can't believe I'm fathoming, like, oh, is this the Myafa? Are we in the Myafa now? Like, it's so bad right now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I gotta chill out and calm down. So y'all go dark 30, like he can't reach me. You won't, like, his messenger will be binging on my computer. So I'll see when people are calling him and messaging him and shit. And I'll be like, ignore. I can't even log on to my Facebook. To my personal
page. Locked her out.
They'll lock me on my own shit. Like, because I don't know what I said that was so bad. You know what I mean? I thought I was gonna get locked out for on YouTube because I said, when's YouTube gonna thank Black people? And I put it on Twitter. I put that shit on Twitter because YouTube said we want to thank all the Latinos for all their content creations. I was like, what the fuck YouTube gonna thank Black people?
Right.
And then I put it on Twitter like an open question, like you had Black people make your shit run fucking better. What the fuck you talking about? Your shit wouldn't pop if it wasn't for Black people.
Right.
Let's do an experiment if you think I'm wrong. Let's do an experiment. All Black people just boycott fucking YouTube for like, I don't know, a week and just see how much the stocks just drop.
Right.
Making fucking reels or motherfucking shorts and doing YouTube content. Watch how that shit just drops. Watch just fall. You need black people. Stop it. You can't thank them though. You can't thank them. Come on now, stupid. You see that's the type of shit. But in public, dude, it's way worse. In public, it's like, like that. I'm like, that's wrong. That's wrong. Like, no, like, you mean every time, especially me and Jesse are together, the police are always going to be present.
Yeah.
I've put it to a Pepsi challenge. If nobody believes me, like, their police will be nowhere around, or there'll be like one there, just because he might have to speak at an event or something. But as soon as they see us together, it's always in a multitude of 3 to 5. It's just like that. I personally have put it on that it's me. Because it don't happen with you. It don't happen like that with you. You might have one, but as soon as I get there, it's like 3 or 4 later.
That's because I know the chief.
Yeah, me too. What we're gonna do? Man, the chief called me by my government name out of nowhere. My heart fell into my stomach. I immediately looked down, like fuck. I felt like I did something immediately, like guilty. Like, man, did he really see me do that dirt? Like, what dirt did I do? Like looking around like I did something bad. They, like it's not unusual, dude. Brandon does bad things every day as soon as I leave the house. So it could have been anything. Like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, you really see me steal that piece of fruit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they really see me do that? Do you see me jaywalk across the street? Like, like it's stupid. It's something funny. It's always something funny. Yeah. So I was like, God, did he see me? So he said my name. I was like, fuck, no. He just knows it. Jesse's other half has shown up. Like, the whole room will get quiet.
Yep.
The whole room will get quiet. Motherfuckers, like, they disrespect him in public. And I'm like, hey, he's asking a question right here. I'm like, we ain't gonna do that today. Especially when we go to the Black church. We got like two church events this month.
Yeah.
2 church events, and that's where it's really going down, because I feel like we need to take the Black church back. Like, that's like I was like, wonder if we could get the Black church back. But then I told Jesse, I said, everybody act like Greater AME is the only motherfucker here, and the only pastor we can talk to, and we can't meander around the city and collaborate with other Black pastors and preachers that aren't on some other bullshit. You know what I mean? They're in the fucking pockets of motherfucking Democrats, and they ain't shilling for the good old mighty motherfucking white dollar. You know what I mean? So I was like, we can go somewhere else. I was like, fuck that. There's other Black pastors here. There's other Black congregants that we could talk to, because ain't nobody on this motherfucking tip where they follow Jeff Fard and motherfucking John Bailey all over the motherfucking city. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what they're doing. Even all them people coming on the show, because like they all make me look at them like they just fucking some coons. Cause I was like, I'm like, man, do I even want to go to the Black Summit? First of all, we're not ever gonna have a Black Summit again, are we? You know what I mean? A Black X Summit. That motherfucker's off the chain.
Yeah, the one that happened down the street from your house. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're always going to be congregating to going over there to that other side of town.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be at the Sea Spur from now on.
We do have the Black Summit with John Bailey. He got an event coming up. It's like 3-day Black Summit.
Yeah, that's next month. I sent an email yesterday.
Yeah. I put that in the calendar. Like, you're going to see me for 3 whole days of acting an ass. In 3 whole days, and this is before the election too. 3 whole days of me fucking chopping it up with black people about fucking what's going on in that particular district.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's right there in that district.
Yep.
And these are events like, again, like you have black summits, that means there's no white people there.
Exactly.
Right? So, and in like, really, ultimately, I can see, you know, there's like, no, there's not that many mixed motherfuckers around there. They go to these little events.
Oh, Khadijah's son.
Or like maybe like 5 or 6 of us.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe? Like maybe 5 or 6, if that.
Yeah, you see Matt. You might see
Davis.
Michael. You see Pastor Davis.
Yeah.
And you'll
Right,
see like
Ellie. Yeah, like
yeah,
or really light skin, you might see Taj.
You might see Taj, yeah.
Other than that, like, and that's so very few, right? And even then, they won't say I'm saying anything wrong.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you'll see Benzel.
You see Benzel too, yeah. You won't see any of them say I'm saying anything wrong or I'm doing anything wrong. I'm probably telling the most truth. You'll see motherfuckers like Theo and probably say I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like he was running interference for RFK and Jeff
On
when
camera.
Dickie Dillard was on the show.
Camera. He was running interference on camera, disrespected a serious sister. Like, first of all, you'll never get to that level of clout. Secondly, why in the fuck would you be? Why do you submit black people to white people?
Right.
Like they run you. Like when we was over there at that when old boy said when he had the white people talking to us about the tobacco shit.
Oh Lord, yeah.
And I was like, what in the fuck? They ignored me. And I was like, all right, motherfucker, all right. But this time, like I feel like the only way this could happen is motherfuckers gotta take you gotta take it. You gotta take it.
That's what that hearing. That's what that hearing was about. Remember at that meeting, they was talking about that they wanted to redevelop over there by the Park Hill Golf Course.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the hearing was about earlier.
See?
They ended up postponing that shit.
Good. And they just drag that out because I feel like they should have went with Norman's thing. That would have been much more better.
Right.
The golf
but
course.
It wasn't that. This is the part that was north of there. Like over there by the Popeyes and the Qdoba and the
bus stop
Metro Park T-Mobile. Behind the bus stop.
Oh, yeah.
Where Smith Road turns into Albion and Albion turns into 40th.
Mm-hmm.
Right over there.
Yeah, family. So it's gonna be on and cracking. So, but I don't care what Jeff says, but he should be looking for anything because if they want to play like that, this motherfucker got mad motherfucking inside baseball, serious dirt on their favorite crew. So you don't want these secrets to come out, motherfucker. So I suggest you just shut the fuck up and do your thing. We'll just do our thing, or else I'm gonna put your shit way out on blast. And you don't want that because this motherfucker might call for an audit or something. So I would just shut the fuck up and leave me and Jesse alone, and just either do the right thing, which should be give an interview like you're supposed to,
in a public apology.
For just being a fuck nigga, and that we might be alright after that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't want you to donate. We don't want nothing from you, motherfucker. Just say you're sorry for doing that shit because you put our life in danger.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to think about it, white people don't got no problems going after black people when they think they got watched.
Yeah.
So, that last little campaign was like motherfucker come like into my neighborhood. First of all, what are you doing over here? Like,
right
over here telling me bad words and shit. So now, yeah, you gotta come. You gotta say you're sorry, and just do a regular interview like you do every other fucking person that's running for a fucking campaign without us having to browbeat you into it, because that's what you said. You said anybody running for office has to reach in, and that's a motherfucking lie. And you definitely owe me a fucking apology.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely owe me an apology because I asked 8 times. I did, really, technically.
Yeah, you did.
I went and I went and came like a lady and waited properly and was like respectful, like, you know what I mean. Especially when I didn't have to, and I could have been a total dick. They know how I get down. They know exactly how I get down. And I said I was like, just wait my turn, wait for this lousy bitch to get done talking. Then they still want to act like they don't see me, and then I'm like, really? So yeah, and you should like, this is what I think about this season, election, this season of people. The season is calling for change.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's feeling a energy in the air where the season is calling for real leadership to step up and give some real leadership, right? But actually, like, mean it, like, not just, we got black politicians and shit that fucked it up for everybody, and now, it being black is really gonna be hard to be in politics. But then, we want then we can't let, we can't have too many other things in there either. So it's like it's like double talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this point, the season really is calling for leadership. And if we learn anything, like from watching TVA said they only need a couple of people to make some moves.
Yeah.
Under like 5. And some really determined as individuals. And like we just were watching TVA this week, and I was like, like I said, because I was talking about myself, right? And not like when I speak about things, I'm thinking about myself, right? Me, Jesse, we need a strong FBA brother in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or sister, but really, brother. To be in the House Representative, and that is on code,
Right.
be wishy-washy, right, or bought up or whatever, because that could have happened a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oh yeah, the way it actually it's gonna be in the interest of black people, not just say it. Because look, them sisters was at that event, dude. They're not in the interest of black people.
Hell no.
Self, and that's what John Bailey's trying to stop me from talking, because I'd have been like, none of you motherfuckers is in the interest of black people.
Right. None of you.
If you was, first of all, the taxpayers shouldn't be paying for no study.
Right.
That money from somewhere else. Find that money. Make them take it. And no, why the fuck do like you let them
So they have to raise $1 million to do a study, y'all.
Right.
To study the effects of slavery, Jim Crow, whatever, on us here in Colorado.
That's stupid. That's stupid because right there off top, Planned Parenthood got a little portion of that right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The Planned Parenthood got that with the motherfucking with the erasure of black people.
Yeah, with the eugenics.
Yep. I mean, we could watch that shit on the RVA. That right there was like enough, because right where Jesse lives on the next block,
literally right behind Planned Parenthood, yo.
On the next block, and that motherfucker's so gated up and like blocked up, you can't see what's going on in the building. But if you go to the front, you got motherfucking white people holding up, like Christians holding up, signs in opposition. After watching this little documentary,
Hey, this must have the audacity to put Black Lives Matter in the window.
right? No, the documentary I watched, they take donations to eliminate us.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like it was a proven thing. You got the Supreme Court and everybody up in it. So, real shit. It's called look it up. It's called My Alpha 21. Okay.
Yeah, the My Alpha, and disaster so terrible it's beyond description.
And like all that shit where they're talking about, reproductive rights and shit. That's just code words for motherfucking the
genocide.
The racial, the genocide of anything that isn't white. You know what I mean? Like anything. At first it was like black people, then it's Hispanic people, it's whatever they can get. But you can literally call in and make fucking gift donations to say you want, like the documentary show like several calls, live audio calls where these motherfuckers were like, I just don't, I don't believe in this and that and blah blah blah. Yeah, we gladly accept your cash donations. You know what I mean? Like, are you serious? Motherfuckers are actually paying for that. And then you got situations where motherfucker might not be ready to be a parent, might be too off the chain to be a parent. A medical what now we really got to look at things after watching that motherfucking documentary. I was like, man, like we can't even say now medical emergency because or medical reason because the doctors could be lying to us.
Yep.
And there might not be nothing wrong. You know what I mean?
That's why you always gotta get a second and third opinion.
Yeah, there might be nothing wrong. Like motherfucker might not have no problem, you know what I mean, like in the womb or whatever. The baby might not have no problem.
Try to find a black midwife.
Yeah, you gotta find a black what do they call them?
Midwife.
No, not a midwife, but they have other names. They have holistic names. I forgot what the name of it is. But either way, a sister to fucking, to be at home with you, do the water birth and shit and all that other stuff because there might not be nothing wrong, and we might just be listening to them thinking that there's like, something wrong, and then you might have to go and do the wrong thing, and that shit, and they even act like, what about like 2 years ago with the black maternal death, right? And the husbands were losing their wives. Yes. And they're in uproar, shit, crying, like, or they have to take their wife in, and they have to have a medical thing, and the baby's gone and shit, and they're upset. This shit really bothers men too. It's not just gonna affect just the woman. You got to think it's gonna affect the man too.
Right, but we're never included. We're just sperm donors to them.
It's wrong. So, like I would say, right there, and we got how many years with fucking Planned Parenthood here? We're one of the most liberal abortion states, which is really bad. Like, and now that I think about it, and then it only makes me look at certain things a little extra different, like the shit that Trump was saying. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't go back to. I'm not like saying anything about it. The thing is, Trump saying about people having abortions late, past 7-9 months or 7-8 months. They used to do that shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Me and someone close were talking to him, talking about someone they knew having their shit terminated way late, like almost into like the 8th month. But back then, the way they did it back then with the machines, I was like, whew, that's fucking 4 days of fucking hell. That machine right there is that machine they use to do that. They've had to use that machine. I didn't have to have abortion. I had miscarriages, and so they had to use a machine. That machine, the noise that machine makes, is enough to traumatize you for the rest of your motherfucking life. It is so loud, and then the it's like a vacuum. So, and it's quick, but it is not quick, but it's like a vacuum, and that just the whole process is enough to fuck up women, like for real. Mm-hmm. So can you imagine just being a man in the room with that? At the same time, that's enough to fuck up a whole couple that probably will never want to have children ever again. Like, just on that, just because of that whole experience. So, I had that back then wasn't you didn't have pills to help out of the situation. So motherfucker had a miscarriage, and it was like not right. Yeah, you have to go to the doctors to make sure everything passed the way it was supposed to. And if it didn't, you had to get the remaining part taken out. So that shit's fucked up. So back way back then in the early '90s, motherfucker had to, not me, but motherfucker I know, knew motherfucker that had to have their little cargo taken out of them. It was like almost 8 months. That shit was crazy. I was like, that damn. And the crazy part was, we went to school with her. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So we went to school with her as one of our friends.
Mm.
Like, well, this is the concept pretty fast, back then. But we were, I was not fast, girl. I don't like. I'm scared. I don't like dudes. I don't like boys. I don't like boys. Jesse, know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared. Shy, timid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I've been like that since I was like that, then you think I'd like it as an adult? No. No. Oh, stop, please. No. Scared, cuz scared. Yeah, Jesse, we're gonna have fun tomorrow, man. If anything, because the last time they tried to say that Jesse wasn't doing no work. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna see a whole campaign, and this shit is live right now. So this, like how you guys are seeing it right now on the thing. His website looked tighter than. Can I share the screen, Jesse?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me stop.
His website looked tighter than this bitch's website. Let me show you, Kelly. It's a couple of things because Jesse, oops, can't let me pull it up. A couple of things. Jesse's website. Can you see it? Can you see it?
I gotta add it to the screen. Yeah, hold on. Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes.
All right, this is what we running against the colonizer. Colonizer. This is her website. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
And whoever's in the chat, like I need feedback. Okay. So this is her shit. Just go to home. That's his bride, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she made some updates, huh?
Yeah, look like she updated it again.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, basically gives a little bit of something about her. Been working on policy issues from outside and alongside government. Blah blah blah. She's talking about she's an expert. She wants to put her shit in front of at the Colorado State Legislature. Believe public service and that government should be a place where come together and solve real problems. Blah 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 blah. And she had this picture. Like whatever. I'm like, she had this picture. Oh, these are new pictures, right?
Yeah.
I made it all one page because I didn't have time. Like I feel like who's gonna read these buttons, right? So, this is her. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna go take pictures. I'm gonna go take pictures of my boo tomorrow. Her with some more white people. One black person. So we're on Black people count, okay? Family. That's what me and Jesse do. We're a Black people count. All right. So this is she's talking about she runs a advocacy officer of Mothers to Mother international organization with mothers, pregnant women to prevent mother-to-child transmission of HIV. Right? She represented the members of Congress, the executive branch, and other organizations. She's not talking about where she got that from, like the other one. She's not talking about her little time in Africa.
Oh, she's not talking about her Peace Corps mission.
They're not talking about where she got the idea to do that. Gilchrist and Company works with criminal justice reform, so this is her shit, right? So that's like country reform system. They also were international organizations, Neuro International, developing a whole government initiative, bring combat violent extremism in fragile states. Initiative called Champs, Colorado. Sure, we have high quality family based settings. All this shit is kind of new that she put on her website. None of this shit was on there. I have to go back to look at it, but I promise you none of this shit was on there. Reforming the criminal justice system, safeguarding rights, implementing robust gun violence prevention policies to protect our children and their wife are also fostering adopted parents. Right, so this was these two pictures were on there before. Right, so that's right. So she got a whole wife. It's a whole separate issue. So she done made her shit look a little bit more different.
Yeah.
Basically, she got all the stuff on there. Basically, it's none that we haven't already. These high school alumni. Blah, blah.
It's a typical Democratic platform.
Devastating. How can you understand the devastating impact of gun violence if you've never been a victim of gun violence?
Right.
Like, we could actively say we've been victims of gun violence.
Yeah.
I've actually got shot with a ricochet just one time from an actual gun. Like, not to mention, I don't own guns, so literally I've owned 4 of them my lifetime. But not as to mention, I'm not really a gun person. I'm more like I pick up a stick and beat you with it versus taking a gun out, because I think that's the last measure. As understanding that you take a gun out, you better intend on using it.
Exactly.
It's not for show. It's not for play. It's for protection and that or defense. To defend yourself in a case. But I'm more like a pick up something and beat you with it, or fucking strangle you or choke you out type. Then picking up a gun. The gun would be the last thing I pick up. Or I'll fight with you in my motherfucking hands, but it will not be. It will not be. It will not be a gun. You can't do it. Plus, they make me nervous. I think that if I think that just me cleaning it, I might shoot myself. You know what I mean? Like, I have seen some fucked up shit happen, and I'd have been with my cousins. We doing some protecting of a house or something. And we're gonna walk in like, let's go to Burger King. Drop the whole pistol and shoot a hole in the wall. So that shit has happened in real life. And I think no. I think guns should. I think that I know how to use one, and I know how to keep one up. Keep one put up. And I definitely know that I'm a victim. We're a big victim of gun violence. Not to mention, I'm a family member of a victim of gun violence. You see what I'm saying? So that's a separate. That's a whole nother entity of gun violence. if you want to say it was gun violence. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think when white people say it, they don't really understand. They're just saying they understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She just said breaking down barriers. Woo. I don't know what else. Climate. We actually have climate stuff on. We actually have climate policy, but just not online. Like serious climate policy. That I've done a little research and little stuff from different climate things. Mostly black stuff, because that's really what we're victims of climate racism. If you want to call it that.
Yeah, environmental
Racism in certain areas like the water. Certain areas that polluted land, where we're on polluted land. Jesse's like cusp of polluted land.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So me too. You know. Go ahead. I'm just sharing. Yeah, that's That's her website. She has a little bit. She has the little commercial up there.
Yeah.
She took that little commercial down because I was talking all kind of shit, huh?
Oh yeah, she did. She did do that.
Oh, she got the commercial up. She got the commercial up. Let's share it. Let's share it. Let's share it. I don't even look commercial. Where the commercial at? Total asshole. Wait till you see our commercial.
Right.
What you think that's got to do? Because it goes on it'll go on the website. It's just been a hard ass summer, dude. Like,
we both got scammed.
yes. Or black people watch. Alright, look, she's super tan. Hold on, okay. But like, I was like, God, this is like a beastly looking
I am running
She is.
state legislature in HDA where we are right now, because I believe that government can be a place that we can bring people together.
Where the black people at?
Nowhere.
She's got all stupid geeky one more time. Just for the sake of it. Like I thought he was black, but he's not. I thought that was a black dude right there. And he's not. I swear to God.
That's Kwame.
Hey.
That's Kwame.
Oh, it is. He is a black dude.
Yeah, that's Kwame Sherman.
That's old Butter.
Yeah, that's Butter.
Oh, hi, yellow ass. All right.
She inspires, she leads, and she acts.
No black people, cuz none. He's just over there eating up all the food and shit. He's a token black dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Kwame's the best you could do.
Yep.
My lung. Oh my God. Oh, hi, yellow buttery ass fucking Kwame, man. Oh my God.
We are right now.
That's
because I believe that government can be a place that we can bring people together. It's all of our greatest challenges.
No swag having ass butter too. Yeah, his shirt all tucked in and rolled up and shit. Like, God. All right, so yeah, like we were talking about, I'm gonna be making a little commercial, dude, with nothing but black people.
Right.
I'm starting to feel some kind of way. That this commercial alone just shows how much gentrification happened over there. Like that right there. I'm like, this commercial alone it just speaks volumes to the amount of gentrification that's happening in that area.
No, that was taped in Central Park. She was not. If it was taped in Park Hill, it was in South Park Hill.
All right. Like, I was like, Kwame? Oh, buttery looking ass. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Central Park, y'all. There used to be an airport named after a Klans member named Stapleton, Benjamin Stapleton.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor and the governor of the state at one time. The Klan used to run the state and the city, and they still do. Just put business suits on them.
Like the little logo for the campaign. It's supposed to go on all the paperwork and shit. like you know your little mailers and stuff, something the little quarter. It's a little black guy with look. Well, you know the initial one that I took it from is actually a white guy, but I made him black. So. He created shit off of free shit, you know. So it always starts as white, a little white dude with a microphone. I was like, oh no, this is a nigga.
Biggity black.
He black. I'm like this obscure. Like he was like obsidian. I was like, this is Jesse we're talking about right here.
Right.
I was like, yeah, so I was like, yeah, so I did that, but I like the logo.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's different from the other.
Too. Yeah, it is.
How I've evolved. My work has evolved from like one campaign to the next. So I made it all one page.
Yeah, you did.
It would have been a lot better if it would have been a lot more interactive, family. If we didn't have these little what they call scanner machines.
Mm-hmm. The skimmers.
Yeah, they skim your shit off your cards. So we had 2 months where both of us, and not just us, dude, but a multitude of people got hit financially on their monthly stimulus, their monthly
freaking New Jersey.
Yeah, Jesse did his, and then like mine too was the month before. But the fact is that you know the federal government that gives you these benefits or whatever are so nonchalant. Like, oh yeah, this has been going on. Follow your paperwork. Like, no, man, this is not a nonchalant thing. This is like a serious thing.
Right. So the state says it's gonna take 8 to 10 weeks.
Yeah. And like for me, like I wish that my my drive and will matched my my physical wellness matched my drive and my will. I would have a job.
You'll be eating good come holiday time.
Oh yeah, man. Cause yeah, like shit. Talk about eating good, man. We're gonna have a really good holiday. Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Fucking yeah, all that. So we're having good times. Plus, right now I feel really good about this this race right now, especially just coming in, because the last thing we did last time, we were just really focused on what they were talking about. They were always talking about us. This time we're
I was the first to jump in. This time I got in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and you're on the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
So last time you weren't on the ballot,
right?
Or you weren't able to get on the ballot. But like that right there was like
my second time being
hard,
on the
ballot. Like everybody should be watching the news. We were doing some like Black News and whatever during that campaign. I worked fucking hard. Jesse worked hard, and we had like all kinds of motherfucking obstacles. I like seriously, like
deaths in the family, like
yes, bomb cyclones, motherfucking at the fucking election department, election division.
That motherfucker yeah, he got to go.
He got to go because he's not doing fair things. Like people say things are rigged or things might have like what happened with Marcus Giovanni.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They want to deny that he never filed no lawsuits, but we got the fucking receipts.
All right.
Real shit though. I feel good about it because I'm staying out the loop. As long as I don't read nothing or see nothing or hear anything about it, I'm just like operating as business as usual, and it's all good because you need a motherfucker like me. I'm the hype man. Like I gotta have to like, give them the little hype speech before we go into things. You know what I mean? Just so you feel that you need confidence. Like, like me, like if somebody don't tell me something good before I go into somewhere, I might not have that kind of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it. I have confidence everywhere. But like, that was built up, That didn't start out with confidence. That started life out with confidence. So, but I feel like he's gonna be all right. And ultimately, it's like the Cornell West thing. Look, there's you just want to make them fucking really think that they think it's wrapped up. The black church has already handed the shit over to this white woman, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sad state of affairs.
She didn't talk about none of that shit because I've been calling her a colonizer, dude.
Mm-hmm.
None of that shit is on there. Like I'd have to actually go and look at the website.
Yeah, because remember she had the African children up there.
Yeah, I'd actually have to go and pull this footage back from one of my previous shows. Because y'all know on the RVA, I be running through websites and showing other people's websites and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have time to do that. I'm just visiting. I like LA codes, but I'm visiting. You know.
Oh, your little bear is on TV.
A little bear.
Your little black bear.
What do you do?
The bears are the Brahma says through somebody's goddamn house.
Man, leave my bears alone, Jesse. Shit, it's their house. All that shit belongs to nature. So a motherfucker decided to build a house, and a bear decided to meander in and open the door and come in and look in the fridge. That's his house. You built the motherfucker on his fucking property. You know what I mean? You bring his mama, 2 more little brothers and sisters, and they're over there all up in your shit. They go and break through your car. Hey man, that's their right to do. They're just there. They try to live their best life too. You're eating all this good shit. You got your trash can smelling good, like there's all kind of snackums in there, like chips and fucking shit they can't get in the wild, apples and grapes and motherfuckers live in a throwaway fucking world. So yeah, they're like, well, you don't need this chicken. Let me eat this. Oh, so there's a half a watermelon in the fridge. Say less. What is this in this can? Oh, it's sweet. It's all over my fur. Oh, they just throw it on the floor, buddy. I got stuck trying to get out because you scared me. You come in and say, "Hey, can I offer you something to drink?" You yelled at me. Then I got scared and I backed out and broke your window. Stop. You guys use low voices, low tones. Don't scare me. I got locked in the car when you stuck up on me. Talking about, there's a bear. And I'm like, there's a white person. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. I'll leave my bears alone. Especially when they get all and then they have these little contests and shit. Remember, the fattest bear gets the biggest award. Right? Yeah. They got the fat bears that are sleeping under porches and shit. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You're just trying to stay alive during the winter and shit. You over there picking on them about their girth, their roundness. It's jealous because you can't stock up for the winter.
Season time. Mm-hmm. They're starting to stock up for the winter. They gotta bring back supplies. Uh-oh. We lost Lady Chair. I don't know what happened. She should be right back. I don't know what happened. Seems to put something wrong. But yeah, I want to go with this. Yeah, that brought you Lindsay Gilchrist. She still ain't met with me for coffee. This is funny, y'all. I jumped in the fourth quarter. I went to a town hall meeting with her and the other candidates that were running at the time. Because at one time, there was like 5 people running for the seat. Go ahead. Lady Chair, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Got disconnected.
I was like, man, I did that to myself. I touched something. I It's like, look, dude, at that point in time, I was like, what's the big conspiracy, black people? Why you back out of this motherfucking race? Yo, scary ass is not getting on, and what happened with all that? But now you can watch a motherfucker get on the ballot. None of you could have got on the ballot, which is even more of a flex, Jesse.
Right.
None of them got on the ballot.
Nope.
And here you go, Mr. Everybody wants to hate, love, and hate at the same time, and yet you on the ballot. That's even more of a flex.
Yep.
Everyone's like, oh, you can't do it. And here he is on the ballot.
Yep.
Eat a dick.
Right.
That's a flex.
Mm-hmm.
Where you go flexing all over you motherfuckers later. Why? You're welcome. And we brought Cornel West.
Yep.
I don't see none of you black people doing any of that.
Nope.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's one of my winning black church moments. I'm gonna be like, none of you black people are doing any of that. None of you brought Cornel West here over there sucking up on motherfucking Kamala or whatever the fuck her name is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She gonna do the best for the policy, whatever, cuz. But none of you brought motherfucking Cornel West, and he touched everybody's school, everybody's shit, shit, Palestine shit, to the motherfucking, to our plight, everything. He's with it. You know what I mean? So, I don't understand. He calling out the motherfucking the shit with Trump, the shit with her. The motherfucking the sellout shit with Robert.
Yep.
Hey, did you see they try to take old boy out?
Yeah.
That's like me. Me and my sister. I called my sister. I was like, "Hey man," I was like, "Try to take your boy out."
Yep. This is the second time I try to take him out.
Actually, one of the articles shout to my brother, showed me this would be his fourth attempt. But there was one time this year, in 2023, or no, in August, somebody made an attempt to try to make a
remember that dude in Arizona that caught him in either Arizona or New Mexico. He kept talking about he was going to start the race war.
Yeah, that was number 3. That would be his second. That would be the first. Then the dude that would be the first. Then the dude on the roof, and then the dude that this happened. All white.
Mm-hmm.
All white. I remember seeing the dude that they try to do that this time. I remember seeing an interview with that cat. At your house, I was watching one of the documentaries at your house on the laptop. Cuz was doing a radio interview, and he was talking about it's like a podcast radio interview. He was talking about some shit that the government didn't want you to know. It was right at the beginning of the Ukraine war and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, I said, you think you're gonna make it to November? I was like, they really want this motherfucker off the map. But here's my thoughts too. I was like, you're either really lucky, right? Like there's a cover of God over you, which is probably not true, right? the veil of God is covering your head, so church, right? Yeah, the veil of God covering your head, so you're protected, right? No weapon formed against me, type shit. Yeah, that. Or these motherfuckers are really bad at shooting with scopes. And when I would fire every motherfucking person on the motherfucking on my security team. How the fuck you gonna be up ahead of me, right? In the Gulf, you a couple of holes ahead, meaning that's a pretty big distance.
Yeah.
And you just gonna magically look up towards the street and see a fence, and then see some motherfucker crouched down and holding a rifle through the fence with a scope.
And he was waiting. He was waiting there for hours.
Right. When I first seen it, I was like, this is impulsive. This motherfucker drove up, like driving down the highway, like, you know what, man, fuck him. I think he gonna be at the golf course. Yep, out, blow this shit up. He had the camera, like, what's on the camera? Cause like nobody want to talk about the camera. Like he had the camera up on the fence, already in motion. He got his little bags and shit. I was like, man, this dude is ready for action. He ready for action.
He planned that part out.
Dude, what's up with this witness? Like, you see, I saw the motherfucker run out for the bushes, and I caught it. I took a picture of his license plate. Like, what kind of luck is that? You just walking around down the street with your fucking camera in your head on, fucking take pictures of a motherfucking dude in his license plate just because you saw him run out for the bush. Why would you do that? That's like mind your business. Secondly, my next comment was like,
white people.
Why didn't the white man just go pay for membership on the golf course? He's white. Nobody would ask him anything. They'd be like, should we charge the MasterCard? Why are you doing all this extra shit? You're white. You could get in anywhere. Like, I don't understand the thinking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you really wanted to bump somebody off, you could catch him slipping in the motherfucking locker room.
Mm-hmm.
You're white. You had the privilege to go places we can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like inside the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
While you work, you like dude has a whole thing, right? I posted I shared a Reese Waters thing. I like, cause you got all this. Why didn't you just pay the little $200 golfing membership or whatever fucking Trumpy charges over there? You know what I mean? Get up in there and act like you were playing around the golf. And then go kick it in the locker room. You think? Like, surely you got to go to the locker room or something, go take a dump or something. You know what I mean? Like, you catch him slipping right there. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's the thought process? Like, you just going to be outside in the hot ass sun, kicking in the weather, in the leaves, right? I'm like, hell nah. Like, that's stupid. Like, you just catch him lacking right there. You catch him lacking anywhere. Anywhere you're white, you have the privilege of going inside.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you really wanted to do that, like, I don't understand. Like, I'm gonna post up right here and wait in the beaming sun at this scope that, will shine a reflection that'll beam off his helmet of his skull, and somebody's gonna see me and shoot me. Dumbass. I'm gonna plot this big thing out. You're stupid. You're white. You got the privilege to go inside. Yeah, like, for real.
Right.
That was
pasty white.
Pasty white. So was the other dude. Pasty white. Like, I'm like, man, you got the privilege just like MasterCard.
Yeah.
You hear me? Or Visa, accepted everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get your ass up in there. Go do, like, if you're really serious. I don't understand why they didn't do all that. You see what I'm saying? Where they white people kill black people like indiscriminately, like up close and personal.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. But you gotta
look at the race soldiers.
Yeah, you gotta be at a distance with white people to kill other white people.
It's his people that's trying to kill him too. That's what's so funny about it.
Right. And like there's the whole thing, like you got hillbillies talking about we gotta lead a cult. He fuck it up. Like we gotta leave. The Democrats about to start laughing at us if we stay any longer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it completely hijacked the whole party. So
right. I'm like, dude, they're like, we might as well just go on and put on our Democrat hats and meander on over because he fuck it up. I'm like, dude, once you knew like this is the thing, like we pay attention. Once Rittenhouse. At first, we didn't give we didn't give Shithouse a lot of credit, dude. But we should have gave him a little bit of credit. Shithouse said he wasn't gonna fucking support him, right? Because he said he had bad advisors, and then fucking stupid Nick Fuentes got on that shit like a week later, and then all of a sudden Nick Fuentes doing 30-minute interviews talking about you are going whole tours to basically, boycott this motherfucker's campaign. because he's not representing fucking, what the party's supposed to be. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
I was like, it was a bad time when Nick Fuentes got on there when old boy had a two motherfucking inclusive RNC.
Yeah. Nick Fuentes ain't even white though. That's what's so funny about the shit.
No, but apparently he holding that motherfucking he's an honorary white dude right now.
Yeah, he's an honorary Caucasian.
Honorary Caucasian status and honorary Caucasian status. Even look at that Laura Loomer, whatever the fuck her name is.
Oh my god. Laura England.
Anything about us saying being black nationalists. That bride said she is a white nationalist, a Christian. What did she say she was? A Christian
nationalist.
Christian white nationalist. Islamophobic, some shit. She said something, right? You catch on that. Right, but it was so bad. The way how she did it, I was like, Jesus, you're a whole Nazi.
Right.
A whole Nazi. Just say that. I'm a whole Nazi. All right. They can't say nothing about being a black nationalist because a black nationalist don't mean nothing like that. Like that shit. The way they said their shit, incites total fucking terrorism. They were. Yeah. I'm a black nationalist. The motherfucker black nationalist is like all about fucking empowerment.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like straight up black empowerment, and we could throw in some other shit, but really not. It doesn't sound nearly as dangerous as what she said. I'm like, your doorbell, Jesse. Yeah, I'm not doorbell because it sounds like your doorbell.
Oh, the Reid.
It's like, ding.
Oh, Twin's still with us. I think he's staying up with us, Twin. On the highways and byways.
That does say what she said was so fucking so vicious. I was like, basically she just she should not. And who gives a fuck? And like she's dangerous in herself. Definitely not for the betterment. And I was like, dude, and you like there's a whole bunch of shit going on in the news today. And the Diddy stuff. Yeah, I did catch up on the Diddy show too.
The dealer. Yeah, they totally arrested the dealer, y'all.
Yeah, Diddy got arrested. We were I was like, damn, Jesse, you gotta step up, man. Like, I was like, motherfucking Diddy flip his fuck up.
No, not that step up. I'm not trying to step up like that.
It was like built, man. I was like, I was like, that was a straight crip ass whooping he unleashed on Cassie that day.
Oh yeah.
That shit was. I said, my brother was like, man, I said, and not once did the towel drop.
Yeah.
That's when you done got too far.
I think they took the video down because Rob was trying to find the video earlier and he couldn't find it.
Where she was beating her ass.
Mm-hmm.
That is like the typical ass whooping a crip would give anybody. Like, yep. Right there. That's like a motherfucker get drugged down the alley.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you totally offended a motherfucker where they come out the woodwork, butt ass naked, and whoop your motherfucking ass bare feet. You have fucking crossed the line. It doesn't matter what you did, what he said you did do or you did. He took the time out to not get dressed, to not do the whole lotion rub down and shit that brothers got after they get out the shower and shit. Not do any of that, right? Yeah, that a towel on. Probably sitting there just like, oh yeah, you motherfucker, you walk out the room, walk out the house, and think you gonna get on the elevator. Yeah, right. It's like he didn't put no clothes on to go chase a motherfucker. That was all impulse. Like, hey, and he had no shoes on. Kind of like, First of all, anybody know black men always wearing sandals to go to the shower? They come out the shower, right? Like, this is like a known fact. Like, this is like I haven't had many relationships. I've only had a few, right? Just a few. It's like literally a small few, right? So, and in the small few I've known, brothers always wearing fucking sandals or so, like shower shoe type issues, going into the restroom and coming out the motherfucker hours later. You know what I mean? After they're bathed and shit, and then they got shoes on until they have to put their socks on, until they have to put their shoes on. It's like a whole fucking whole situation. Okay, so he didn't have no sandals on. He didn't have his little shower shoes on. And I know he was like I can just imagine. He's like any other brother. Like he probably kicked them motherfuckers off right before he left the room. Like, I'm gonna have to chase her down the hallway. He's still kind of wet now. This motherfucker right now. And that was all impulse. Like motherfuckers. Like, this is how you know. This is how you know brothers don't just put their feet down anywhere. You have got to upset the motherfucker so much that he has got no shoes on to whoop that motherfucking ass up and down the hallway. That he didn't give a fuck out in a public hallway where everybody are walking, motherfucking throw up, pee, spit, drop gum, let the dog fucking shit in the hall. You know what I mean? Things like that. He didn't get that fucking upset that he went out without thinking and whooped that ass.
Yeah, that was straight impulse.
It's straight impulse because a motherfucker, like any other brother, has fucking shower shoes on. They're like, I'm not putting my feet down nowhere. Not anywhere. Like, this isn't my house. Like, this isn't the usual, the usual dirt that, I got to vacuum up.
Yeah.
This ain't my shit.
Right.
So, no. And I'm in a hotel. Oh, no. He had to be definitely fucking pissed off. And the towel didn't drop. That was the whole time. The whole time I was like, God damn, dude. That ass whooping was crucial. And not once did the towel drop. Where's the motherfucking shoes? I done seen a lot of naked fighting, dude. So, I myself have fought naked a couple times. So I just know that a motherfucker fight. Sometimes you just fight better without no clothes on.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. It's probably just generational. Yeah, the generational and genetic and generational programming where, we was out, meandering the world and just nothing, just fighting fucking unproven shit naked. Probably that.
Like some Adam and Eve type shit.
Yeah, like it's in your genes.
Yeah.
Just like running off the plantations in your genes. You know what I mean? I fight better with no shoes on. Definitely fight better with no shoes on. I definitely fight better naked. I have fought better naked. Motherfuckers, I remember we go to school, motherfuckers take off their shirt and shit. Except for girls don't do that, we kind of goes on, but we get it. But motherfuckers take off their shirt and it came out their pants and shit. Hold on, man, they take off their jewelry. They just fighting in drawers and shit.
Yeah.
Because they move better and fight better, you know what I mean? It's all this heavy ass fucking glorified clothes on. They tied their hair up. Like, I was like, damn, dude, how the fuck? And also, too, the other thing, I was like, why didn't she fight back?
Right.
She just looked like she was just taking that ass whooping. I was like, this got to be for the camera. And she didn't look like she was crying.
But I'm going to have to end the show with you, Tay, because I'm about to pass out.
Where you going?
Before noon?
No.
I'm going to go to the food bank. I got a food bank at like 10 a.m. So I'll head over there after that. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to season 4, episode 24, part 3 of the Frontline Black News. I'm going to do a continuation later on. there's still topics we didn't get to, which was a major financial crisis unfolding. Black Chicago citizens beg for housing while migrants move in the unhoused neighbor news, illegal migrant news, and the unhoused neighbor sweeps, and the unhoused illegal sweeps.
Maybe we can do it on the road. Where they're filming the drama tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right,
It's really good. All right, so make sure y'all like and subscribe to all of our platforms, Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook, Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook, and Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter, now X. And join us tomorrow for a brand new episode of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced at a regular scheduled time of 7 p.m.
We won't get back to that, Jesse.
Well, Shabaka's gonna have to run the studio. I'm gonna have to just let him know that. So join Shabaka tomorrow or today for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations of Black empowerment. Chain Crewman Jesse Paris, Carl State House of Representative, candidate on the ballot for District 8. Signing out with Lady Che from the Mile High Income and Illegal Migrant Flooded City. And Lady Che's in the sundown town known as Aurora, Colorado. Peace.
Peace. Stay black.